don't need to buy that shiny new sports car yet. Invest that money into studio growth, and that ultimately will give you a lot more in return than a sports car will, in the short term. Okay, number 6, solve clients' problems, don't create more. Studios love you guys to solve problems. When a big studio is making a video game, they have hundreds of stuff they have to deal with. Concept art is just one. Okay, we are not the only thing they worry about. They have sound, music, VFX, animation, motion capture, voice actors, tons of stuff they have to handle. So if you're a studio, you come along, right? For example, let's go back to number 1. You register a company and you're called, when a big studio is making a Hyperion Studio or something like that, say that's what you're called. You come to them and go, we'll solve all your concept problems, right? You give us all your needs.
You know when you go to post a picture on Instagram stories, it automatically crops inward to fill the screen? It doesn't leave me enough room for text, and I also don't want all this blank space up here, so here's what I do.
Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar, and ladies and gentlemen, I have a report from the U.S. government about aliens not being real. Now, I will say for the last several months, some of my most favorite type of content to be making was alien-related content, okay? Alien bodies, alien UFOs, disappearing planes. I think for a lot of people in my camp, witnessing this kind of stuff and the prevalence of it was a little bit surprising, but when you're making videos about like shadow aliens and police raids apparently in Miami about possible like aliens roaming around South Beach, yeah, then you're gonna be interested. There's a lot of emergencies that have kicked up during this situation, and I feel like today there is finally a report that we've kind of been waiting for months on to get our hands on and actually read what the explanation truly is. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO. Now, if you've been watching my alien-related content, you'd know months ago that we were actually on this website, and this is, by the way, an official website of the United States government, okay? AARO.mil. Now, of course, this is the All-Domain Resolution Office. Our team of experts is leading the U.S. government's efforts to address unidentified anomalous phenomena, which is known as UAP. So a lot of those videos you've seen flying around on the internet of weird orbs in the sky and possible aliens, alien aircraft, that's all UAP, which is, again, unidentified anomalous phenomenon. And it doesn't have to necessarily be aliens. It could be like satellites. It could be really anything that is not identified by our known signatures in the sky, suborbital, whatever. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, these people have apparently taken important steps to improve data collection, standardize reporting requirements, and mitigate the potential threats to safety and security posed by the UAP. And I really do feel this is important for the government as well, too, because anything that you can't identify entering your airspace, whether it be spy balloons or whatever the fuck, that's going to scare the hell out of you, and you're going to make sure that's completely out of the sky if it doesn't belong to you, okay? But ladies and gentlemen, obviously, I've been covering a lot of this UAP, UFO-related content, and while I try to keep an open mind, my mind is always requiring evidence, right? So obviously, what came out of this report, ladies and gentlemen? Well, let me tell you, it wasn't exactly something most alien lovers wanted it to be. Apparently, aliens have not visited Earth, okay? So yeah, actually, this report is something that you can get your access on. So it's about 63 pages. And of course, it's a very comprehensive view from the government's perspective on what the UAP situation is apparently like. So obviously, they cover a billion things. They cover a lot of projects known as Project Saucer, all the way back in 1946, okay? Even covering things before 1945. All the way, obviously, up to 2023. So according to this report, this is volume 1 of the AARO's Historical Record Reports, which reviews the record of the United States government, which is USG, pertaining to the unidentified anomalous phenomena. In completing this report, AARO reviewed all official U.S. government investigatory efforts since 1945. They've researched classified and unclassified archives and conducted approximately 30 interviews and partnered with the intelligence community, so, like the CIA and basically the entire US intelligence apparatus, the Department of Defense, and so on and so forth. So yeah, clearly these were people, they really tried to make this as comprehensive as possible. So in section 2, executive summary, this is where obviously a lot of boners are going to get shot down. AARO found no evidence that any U.S. government investigation, academic-sponsored research, or official review panel has confirmed that any sighting of a UAP represented extraterrestrial technology. So again, anything that they've said, they found no evidence that any investigation, if there was a UAP in the sky, it came from fucking Turians. It came from Lamaus. Just didn't happen. Now, I know that there's a few amount of people that are going to sit here and say, wait, hold, we've been accusing the U.S. government of covering this stuff up. Are we really about to give them the pat on the back for basically saying, bro, we investigated ourselves. Also, there is no actual evidence. Now, look, I'm one of those people that says, listen, if there are aliens, right? If the aliens have touched Earth, we should have actual substantial evidence that no government can deny, evidence that if most rational human beings looked at it with their own two eyes, they could easily say, yeah, that's irrefutable evidence. But obviously, we've covered so many videos and so many actual events of possible evidence, but nothing actually conclusive. I mean, for crying out loud, I was looking at like a possible alien attack in Latin America that turned out to be cartel operatives with apparently jetpacks, okay? Insanity! Although many UAP reports remain unsolved or unidentified, AARO assesses that if more and more better quality data were available, most of these cases also could be identified or resolved as ordinary objects or phenomena. So AARO found no empirical evidence for claims that USG and private companies have been reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology. They determined that based on all information provided to date, the claim involving specific people, known locations, technological tests, and documents allegedly involved in or related to the reverse engineering of extraterrestrial technology are inaccurate. So again, additional claims will be addressed in Volume 2. So again, the whole document isn't even out. They're planning to address all of the actual UFO drama that's been happening out to the world. Now again, we've looked at very high key profile figures with, a lot of actual military history and, claimed access talk about this stuff. People like David Grush, for instance, right? Which is one of the reasons why I believe this whole alien stuff got so much traction. Yeah, they've come out, talked about it, and obviously this report conflicts that report. So again, who's right? We're going to have to find out when all of the cards are on the table. So again, they find out that AARO found no evidence of any authentic UAP-related NDA or other evidence threatening death or violence for disclosing UAP information. So according to the U.S. government, the CIA does not have the CIA is not out there to put a bullet in your head if you talk about aliens, allegedly. The CIA official allegedly managed UAP experimentation. The named former CIA official was not involved in the movement of extraterrestrial technology. That's what the government says. Alleged UAP intelligence community document, an alleged 1961 special national intelligence estimate that was leaked to online sources suggests the extraterrestrial natures of UFOs is inauthentic. Then they talk about aliens present during a DoD technology test. The fact that, again, the government has to make this kind of a document is wild, right? But of course, they list basically every allegation against them, and they just basically say it's not conclusive. AARO assesses that the inaccurate claim that the government is reverse engineering technology and hiding it from Congress is in large part the result of circular reporting from a group of individuals who believe this to be the case, despite the lack of evidence. So again, many of these individuals were involved in a supported or canceled DIA program and the subsequent but failed attempt to reestablish the program under DHS called Kona Blue. And for anybody that doesn't know the term circular reporting is false confirmation is a situation in source criticism where a piece of information appears to come from multiple independent sources, but in reality comes from one exact source. Like if one publication says something false, but then another publication comes by and says that publication A, said so and so, and then they source that, and then it goes back and forth. Again, the source isn't valid, and the information wasn't valid to begin with, but because it's being sourced and sourced and sourced,
I can't imagine a domain of human endeavor that isn't impacted by the imagination. I mean, teasing the imagination apart from the talking monkey is not an easy thing to do. Imagining ourselves without imagination is itself a paradox. And yet, what is it? And why is it? If you take the view that biology does nothing in vain and evolutionary economics are incredibly spare, then why have this faculty that allows one to command and manipulate realities which
La ventaja de una escuela es que te va a decir por dónde de manera, vamos a llamarle, más rápida. Déjame mover este tantito. Y
For this one?
Local legends call it Rodan, the fire demon.
That's comforting.
Guys, you remember that tropical storm where we lost Monster Zero? It's changing direction, and guess where it's headed now?
That's not possible. No storm moves that fast.
Unless it's not a storm.
Oh, man.
We need time to finish the evacuation.
Then you better hurry, because it's closing in fast.
Sir Zhao, it's not a coincidence that Monster Zero thing is headed here. It's reacting to Big Bird's cries. That means it's coming for food, a fight, or something more intimate.
What do you suggest?
Get your straw hat ready. One Piece is now on metal posters from Display. Score your own pirate treasure and bring the whole crew home on official magnet-mounted artworks. Ready to plunder? Set the course for One Piece metal posters at display.com.
Switch to Chrome to load your favorite sites fast, so you can browse with ease. Fast, safe, yours. Get Chrome for Windows.
I blew your head off. Jesus, is Carmen still in the bathroom? Hey, Carmen, we're almost to level 20. You giving birth in there or what? Let a man take a crap. Dude, he's in there punishing my toilet. Yeah, that poor thing. Come on, Carmen, you're missing the game. I'm almost done, you smartasses. I'm just wiping my... Oh, what the hell is that? You guys, look what I found in the trash can in Stan's bathroom. It's like a bloody cotton thing wrapped in toilet paper. Well, why did you pull it out of the trash? Because I thought it was a jelly donut, but look, check it out, it's all bloody.
Are you boys still playing that video game?
Yeah. Hey, Mom, Carmen found a bloody cotton thing in the bathroom. Look. But I don't think it's for using. I think it's just for looking through.
Eric, put that down.
Why?
Just go put it back in the trash can.
Well, it's like all bloody. It might be alive.
No, that came from me. Just put it away.
This came out of you? You just left it in the trash can? You shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy. Poor little feller. What is it, Mom? Yeah, what is it, Mrs. Marsh?
Boys, that's a feminine thing, all right? It's a personal woman thing. I tell you what, if you'll just drop the whole thing right now, I'll buy you that new video game console you've been wanting.
The 2001 Okama Game Sphere?
Sure.
Cool! Ah, it's like fighting trash can gold, you guys. There it is, the Okama Game Sphere. Dude, it's got 128 gigahertz DRAM. What's that? Don't know, but it kicks ass. Wow, dude, you're the luckiest kid in South Park. Hey, this is all of ours. I'm the one who found Stan's aborted brother in the trash can and blackmailed his mom into getting the Game Sphere. All right, but you guys gotta see if you can sleep over for the rest of the weekend. It's Saturday at 2:30. That means we have 39 hours to play Game Sphere until school on Monday. Woohoo! Awesome! Oh, crap. What? I'm supposed to go to the lake with my family tomorrow and swim and play in the stupid sun. Dude, we got Game Sphere. I know. Well, look, I'll stay over anyway so I can play for 18 hours, and then I'll go to the lake.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
What?
When you get out of the water, you need to dry off right away to avoid catching a cold. That's why Tally says, don't forget to bring a towel.
Okay. Thanks, Tally.
You want to get high?
No. Anyway, that will give me plenty of time playing video games. Kyle, I think you underestimate Okama Game Sphere.
Here you go, boys.
Ah! Okay, turn it on.
Come on, Gamesville!
Whoa!
How can Zapier transform your business? Well, let's say you're focused on revenue growth, but you need marketing and sales to be on the same page. And how often does that happen? With Zapier, it's easier than you think. Zapier's automation platform integrates with more than 6,000 apps, easily scales across teams, and gives your team the flexibility to work how they want while working in unison. You don't need a magic wand to transform your business. You need Zapier. It's not magic, it's Zapier.
Oh yeah, thirst for blood, bring it. Oh, this is so cool. Bring it.
Good night, boys. Don't stay up too late.
Night, Mom. Thanks for Game Sphere. Yeah, but you still shouldn't have done that. He's just the boy.
What?
Nothing. Come on, Randy.
Yeah, Mom. I can't go to the lake. No, Stan's having emotional problems, and I need to help see him through it. He's got, what is it? Date rape psychosis. Date rape something. Yeah. Okay, I will. Okay, thanks, Mom. I don't have to go outside. Awesome. She said it's fine, but that I still have to go to baseball practice tonight. Oh, yeah, we've got baseball practice today. God damn it. We shouldn't have this many responsibilities. We're children. Well, it's all right. We can still play for 6 more hours, and then we'll go play baseball.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Ah, no.
When you're playing sports, the sweat can get in your face. That's why Tally says always keep an extra towel in your duffel bag.
Okay, we will.
All right. You want to get high?
No, we don't want to get high.
Okay. You sure?
Yes, go away, stupid towel. Oh, dude, did you see that? I cut off your face and ate it. That's so cool.
Okay, boys, that's it. You have to go now.
No, it's okay, Mom. We can't go to baseball practice because Ka has cancer.
No, Stanley, it's Monday morning. You have to go to school.
It's Monday? Oh, I'm sick. Me too.
No, you're not sick. Now get to school. All of you.
But, Mom...
Go!
Can't believe we have to go to school. Yeah, real life is so boring and stupid. We just have to try and make the day go as fast as possible so we can get back to GameSphere.
Hello, boys. How are you?
Fine.
Say, boys, this may sound a little odd, but have you seen a talking towel around anywhere?
What, you mean Tally?
Echo, this is Garrett. I've got a code 5 at Park County, Colorado. Repeat, code 5, Park County, Colorado.
What, dude? This is gonna be one long-ass day. That was the longest day of school ever! Come on, hurry! I bet we can get to level 29! Where is it? It was right here. Where the hell is it? Come on, man, this isn't funny. I need my fix. Hello?
If you ever want to see your Okama GameSphere again, you will bring us the towel.
What? Who is this?
Just get the towel and meet us at the gas station outside of town. Or else.
Okama GameSphere.
Don't hurt it! What? They've taken it. They've taken our Okama GameSphere. No. What do you mean they've taken it? Oh, this isn't happening. This isn't happening! Tally! Hey, Towel! Where the hell is he? I don't know. The guy on the phone thought we had Tally, so now we gotta find him. What does this world come to, where people can just take your Okama GameSphere? And maybe we better do a towel call. That's a towel call? This is hopeless. We're never gonna find him. Hey, wait a minute. Tally always showed up to give us towel advice when we'd said something about water. Hey, yeah. Well, guys, let's go to the swimming pool. Let's go take a shower. Let's go water skiing.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
There he is.
Be sure to bring a towel so you don't get all wet.
Come on, dude.
Where are we going?
Just come on. It's getting dark.
Are we gonna get high?
Are you sure this is where they said to be? They said the gas station outside of town.
Well, I'm gonna get a little high.
Hold it!
Who's that?
Step away from the towel.
There you are, towel. We've been looking all over for you.
If you ever go to a hotel, be sure to bring your own towel.
It isn't safe for you out here, towel. There are people out here who mean to harm you.
Excuse me, can we have our Okama GameSphere back? We just want to play video games.
Your what?
Look, dude, we're on level 24, about to cross into the Caverns of Madness.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You called us and said if we brought the towel, you'd give us our video game back.
Oh, my God.
It's a trap! Cover! Cover!
Oh, goddammit, what now?
Run, towel!
Come on, they gotta have our video game around here somewhere.
Where's the towel? It can't be far. Alvarez, you and Mitchell sweep left.
Hurry, you must get the towel back to Tynacorp.
Where is our Okama GameSphere?
Get the towel home. They'll explain everything. Please, hurry.
Aw, god damn it. Do you know where he's talking about, Tally?
What? Oh, yeah, back at the base. It's a long ways away.
All right, we're gonna have to use this truck. Come on, guys.
Well, they've gone, sir. It's like they vanished out of thin air. Damn it. I knew those boys were protecting that towel. They must have some unexplainable bond with it.
Perhaps they're telepathically linked to the towel, sir, like E.T.
It could already be anywhere, hiding out again. No, the time for being nice is over. We must instigate Plan B. You mean? Yes. Destroy all towels within a 1,000-mile radius.
Hey, do you love Tally? Good, because Tally merchandise is now available. Be the first to show your enthusiasm for Tally with the all-new I Love Tally t-shirt. And if you don't like Tally, you can buy the I Hate Tally t-shirt. It's 100% cotton and available soon, the Tally Towel. It comes with all your favorite catchphrases.
You wanna get high?
So call now and order your I Love Tally or I Hate Tally t-shirt.
American Spencer Discover Card. Supplies are limited. Order one of these great t-shirts right away.
Are we getting close?
I think so.
A little more gas, Kenny. How long has it been since you've been back there?
I've been wandering around on my own for the past few weeks, helping people out with towel safety and proper towel use. It's important.
No, it isn't.
Is.
No, it isn't.
Is. Wait, turn down here. It's down this dirt road.
Brake, Kenny, brake.
Maybe it's down that dirt road.
Dude, don't you remember where it is?
I can't remember. It all looks the same. Hold on. Let me get high. Then I'll remember where it is.
All right, so where is it?
Where's what?
The base where you're from and where our Comet Game Sphere is. All right, that does it. Brake angrily, Kenny. Now listen, Tally, we've just about had it with you.
Well, calm down.
That's it. You're not getting high again until we have our Okama Game Sphere back.
That's my last J, asshole.
I don't care. You better remember where your base is.
Oh, man, why is everyone riding me today? God damn it.
Kevin, don't forget to wrap the potato salad in aluminum foil. Kevin, is that you?
Paris, breach banging clear.
Hello?
It's clear. It's clear.
I can't believe this is Ashley. Talk about a glow up. They have all the trending styles.
Get it! What the? Throw it down! Oh, all right. Have your way with me if you must. Go on, fulfill your sick pleasures. All right, let's go. Where are you going?
This is where you came from?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, man.
What?
I'm so high right now. I have no idea what's going on.
Welcome home, Smart Towel RG400.
Hi. Is this where our Okama Game Sphere is? We're missing out on some quality video game time right now.
Thank you for bringing him to us, boys. You see, this is not an ordinary towel. He is the RG400 Smart Towel, designed with a computer chip inside the terry cloth.
We don't care.
You see, here at Dynacorp, our goal was to make the perfect towel. A towel that would sense how wet or dry the user's skin was and fluff itself accordingly.
Dude, we don't care.
Towley was our greatest success. Smart enough to beat the average human at chess and absorbent enough to soak up even the toughest spills. But then one day, Towley got high and just sort of wandered off.
We don't care. All we want to know is who has our Okama Game Sphere.
Oh yes, your video game. I'm afraid that what we all experienced was a trap. They called you and said to bring the towel, and then they called us and said they were bringing Towley back. Their plan was to wipe us all out with one fell swoop.
Who's they?
Why, the military. You see, after Towley got high and wandered off from here, the military got a hold of him. They wanted to turn Towley into a weapon of mass destruction.
Don't care, don't care, don't care.
Towley was at their base for months as they tried to copy his TNA. But then one day, Towley got high and just sort of wandered off again.
God damn it. Can we please just get back to playing our video game, please?
I'm afraid not, because your Okama Game Sphere is at their base.
Can you tell us where that is, please?
You mean to go right into their base? Of course. The entry code should still be in Towley's memory banks. You could sneak him in there and recover his TNA. Great plan.
Sir, Sergeant Masters and Bolin reporting, sir.
Ah, yes. Tell me, Marine, did you accomplish your primary goal?
Sir, yes, sir. All towels have been destroyed. The Smart Towel is no doubt eliminated.
Ah, and you're quite sure of this?
Yes, sir. There isn't a towel left within 100 miles.
So perhaps then you can explain to me why we just got footage of the towel returning to Dynacorp. He must have outsmarted us, sir. Well, I'm through playing hide and seek. We've got no other choice. Prepare to blow up all of Colorado. In a moment, we will be over the base. This is the only way in. Any attempts on ground would be easily spotted by guard posts.
Okay.
I hate to send you back in there, Towley, but only you have their security system in your memory banks.
That's all right. It's always good to bring a towel.
Good luck, boys. The fate of the world is depending on you.
We're not doing it for the world. We're doing it for our video game. God, are you deaf?
All right, boys. When you drop from the plane, cover and roll. Got it?
Yeah.
Go, 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 go!
Dude, I figured it out. What? If we can go in and get the Game Sphere in 30 minutes, we could still be back at your house playing video games by midnight. So that'd be, what, like 8 hours we could play before school? 7.5. Hurry up, stupid parachute. All right, I think we go over there.
Let's see.
Come on, Tally. The guy said you had the security system in your memory banks.
Hey, it's been a long time.
You just have no long-term memory because you get high all the time.
Don't preach to me, fatso.
I can preach to you all I want because you're stupid.
You're stupid.
Yeah, but you're a towel.
You're a towel. Just let me get high. I know I can remember if I get high.
Oh, God damn it. All right, fine. Here's your stupid lighter.
Now, hold on. Wait a second. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's the melody to Funky Town. Won't you take me down to Funky Town?
No, Tally, the entry code.
For what?
God damn it, I guess we're gonna have to climb the stupid fence. Now, let's look in here.
Kill me. Kill me. Oh my God, no!
Well, well, well. Look what the cat dragged in.
What are these things?
Genetic copies we tried to make with your TNA. They didn't work too well, I'm afraid.
Kill me.
Do you have our Okama Game Sphere?
You did very well to get the towel this far, boys. I wonder, what did they tell you at Dynacorp? That the big, bad government wanted to genetically engineer Tally as a weapon? Now let me tell you the real story.
Oh, God, don't care, don't care.
Yes, we've been trying to make our own genetic copies of the towel, but only because we had to. You see, when we started spying on Dynacorp, we discovered a certain terrifying secret. Go on, ask him what terrifying secret.
What terrifying secret?
That Dynacorp was making these towels in order to take over the world.
We're never gonna play Okama Game Sphere again, are we?
Don't you see what genetically enhanced smart towels like these are capable of? You get out of the shower and dry yourself off. But even after you're dry, the towel makes you more dry. It keeps getting you drier and drier. Can you imagine it? What it would feel like to be way, way too dry? I'll tell you something. You don't want to know, and I don't know.
And we don't care.
You've been double-crossed by Dynacorp, kids. They set this all up to get you in here and take us down.
So let me get this straight. Our Okama Game Sphere is back at Dynacorp.
Oh yes, it has been all along. Should I kill the towel now, sir?
Go ahead.
No, wait. Perhaps now we can use their own towel against them. If these boys must return to Dynacorp, then we will launch a sneak attack on Dynacorp as well. You boys can take the towel to Dynacorp's central core and upload this encryption disk into their system, bringing them down once and for all.
But we don't care.
What the hell is this? The towel was supposed to go in there and then run its own self-destruct sequence. The towel has a will of its own. It's learning compassion.
We don't have the manpower to hold off the entire military and stop those Wonder Boys from getting to the core.
Then we have no choice. We'll have to test the new prototype a little early.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
All right, boys, take the towel back in there and say your mission was accomplished. Then upload this encryption disk into their computers.
We're just going in to get our video game back.
If anything goes wrong, use this newly developed photon rifle.
Photon rifle, whatever. Hello? Hello, anybody here?
Welcome to the party, boys. Ah! Ah! So, you thought you could outsmart us, did you, kids? Ah! Move, 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 move! Don't make a move, you bastards. Bring the towel here, boys. They can't shoot children. Don't listen to them. They lied to you before. Oh, yes, boys. Obey your government. Or perhaps it's time these boys knew what was really going on.
Oh my God, look! Our Game Sphere!
Come on, Game Sphere!
Oh, sweet, it still saved our place.
You see, boys, I'm afraid you were double-crossed. If they were the military, why wouldn't they just attack us to begin with? Because they're not the military. All right, maybe we lied to you, but it was to protect your own skin. We're a resistance group pretending to be the military to bring Tynacorp down.
Well, check it out, you guys. A parachute level. Sweet.
Then perhaps we should show these kids who Tynacorp really is made up of. Go on. Tell them why you've been making towels. Zytar.
Oh, there's gold. Get the gold, Kenny.
Our planet was dying. We had no choice but to find a new one. And manufacturing smart towels was our way to spy on humans and see how they live. And now you know the horrible truth, boys. Truth or no, your alien murdering group is over.
Can you turn it up?
Boys, try to reach the core override. We've got no choice but to try to take them all out. I think I can get it from here, boys. What are you doing? You'll kill us all. Sorry, Zytar. Didn't your mama ever tell you? Don't mess with Earthlings.
Oh my god! Arcane Sphere! You gotta move me closer! Hurry up, Kyle, this place is coming apart!
What are you doing?
Get away from me, you evil Tal!
Tali, listen to me. Let them go. Drop them.
No way! They're my friends!
They aren't your friends. Humans have ruined the planet, killed off their own environment. Their time is over. It is the Tal's turn now.
I've almost got it!
You're going to let them go, Tali, because I know your weakness.
Here, you can reach it. Come on, Tali. How long has it been since you've had a nice burn, huh? 20, 30 seconds?
Oh, crap!
You're going to have to choose between their lives and getting high.
You asshole!
Tally, don't let go of it, you goddamn Tal! Kyle's almost there!
Come, Tali, make your decision.
I choose both!
I got it! Come on, guys, let's go play video games! Hooray! Oh, dude, we finished level 50! Awesome!
Oh, man. I have no idea what's going on.
Check it out. Now we're going into the secret underground base. All right, guys, focus. Looks like this is going to be an underwater level.
Don't forget to bring it down.
You're the worst character ever, Tally.
I know.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Would you boys like some cheesy poofs?
Get out of the way, Ma. The Terrence and Phillip Thanksgiving special is on.
Sure, hon.
And yeah, we want cheesy poofs.
Hey, Terrence. Looks like this might be a good place to start a new colony.
It sure does, Philip. No one will oppress our religion here.
You stained my pilgrim hat, butt pipe.
Did you guys see that? That was sweet.
Coming up next on the Terrence and Philip Thanksgiving special, Philip farts on Terrence and laughs.
Oh, cool.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Here in the heart of Africa, children are dying. Not from disease or war, but from hunger. I'm Sally Struthers. These children are in desperate need, and only you
Hey,
can
who's
help.
that fat chick? Sally Struthers, dude. She used to be on Full House. Oh.
You see, here in the middle of Africa, food is extremely scarce.
Doesn't look like she's having any trouble finding food. Yeah, she's fatter than Cartman. Yeah, hi.
For just $5 a month, you can sponsor a child.
That's stupid. Who the hell would want to do that?
Sponsor now, and we'll also send you this Takeo Digital Sports Watch as a free gift.
Kick ass! Sweet! Woohoo! I'll call. I know my mom's credit card number. Did they say if it's waterproof? Hello? Is this Sally Struthers? Oh. What did she say? Shut up, butt pirate. I'm trying to hear. Ass rammer. Yeah? Yeah, we want to adopt a starving Ethiopian. When do we get the sports watch? Just a second, fat ass. You Faz Defrons. Hello? No, it's a Faz Defrons? Oh. Ask her if we get the watch right away. Do we get the sports watch right away? She says we do. Good. I get to wear it first, you guys.
Aveeno Wash and Lotion locks in 2 times the moisture in 2 steps.
I can't wait to get out of school and get our Takeo sports watch. Yeah, but I get to wear it first, I said.
Children, to honor this special time of year, we'll be doing a canned food drive. Does anybody know what a canned food drive is? Yes, Eric?
When they cut up a chick's stomach to get a baby out?
No, that's a cesarean section, Eric, but that's okay. Remember, there are no stupid questions, just stupid people. A canned food drive is when we collect canned food for poor people who can't afford to eat on Thanksgiving.
You mean like Kenny?
Exactly.
Mr. Garcia, why do poor people always smell like sour milk?
I don't know, Eric. They just do. Now, children, I want each of you to bring in 1 can of food, and later the mayor of South Park will divide it up amongst Kenny's family and other poor people.
I'm not bringing in food for poor people. Screw them. Don't you want to help those who are less fortunate? Hey, you guys, do you hear something? I think I hear the flower children calling. This is the one time of year you're supposed to care about people who can't eat. Isn't it enough that I pay taxes? What about the poorhouses that I pay for? Many would rather die than go to those places. Well, then perhaps they should, and decrease the surplus population.
Okay, kids, that's enough Dickens for one day. Let's get on with our lesson, right, Mr. Hat? That's right, Mr. Garrison. Engelbert Humperdinck was the first person on the moon. Who was the second? What the hell is going on?
When you think of demons, you probably think of the mainstream normie names like Beelzebub, Asmodeus, Lucifer. What if I told you there's another demon out there, a very real one that not too many people know the name of, but probably should? Smash Bandicoot. When Dante made the venture into the deepest pits of hell, there was one circle he too feared to speak on. The Smash Bandicoot cringe lair. If you look up his name on YouTube, you can't even find his channel anymore because it's buried underneath all of these videos that document his years of awful behavior and downright insanity. After taking the plunge into the deep dark rabbit hole of Smash Bandicoot, I'm pretty sure this is the same guy from 2012 that was arrested for eating a man's face off in Miami. This guy is what I imagine a real jet addict from the Fallout universe would look like if given flesh in our corporeal realm. Now, I'm not going to focus on all of the allegations from the past about him. I'm going to focus on what he is currently doing, openly admitting to, and just got absolutely slapped for by YouTube. This is less of a video about Smash Bandicoot and more of a video about a huge YouTube W. So, Smash Bandicoot recently concocted a nefarious scheme to falsely copyright strike channels that he didn't like. So, he targeted a YouTuber named Cartoonchi. He flooded the channel with 3 copyright strikes, which then put it on the 7-day doomsday clock for Judgment Day. If you don't know how the strike system works on
exclusively on ESPN Plus, UFC 299. O'Malley versus Vera for the Bantamweight title. ESPN Plus subscribers can stream UFC 299 for only $79.99. Buy it on ESPNplus.com/PPV.
Did you just cancel the ride?
No.
The app says you did.
Hey, man, it'd be really cool if you could just drop me off at...
On YouTube, if you get 3 strikes, you lose your channel in a week unless you prove that they're a bunch of malarkey, the claims aren't real. So Cartoonchi was facing channel termination. He also wasn't the only one that Smash Bandicoot was doing this to, and he didn't have any real grounds for striking. They were fraudulent, and he celebrated the fact they were fraudulent openly, blatantly. So apparently this guy named Smash Bandicoot is copyright striking someone that he doesn't like, and their account is in a bad spot right now because of it. He's attempting to dox him and get his channel banned. Okay. So Smash Bandicoot is a YouTuber? Smash Bandicoot has harassed not only Cartoonchi, but also myself and various other creators. This person is removing content that includes nothing he made in what is clear bad faith, and then tagging YouTube. Just spamming fucking die. Man, this guy he is on the crack pipe. Yeah, this man's got a whole Lord of the Rings movie covering Smash Bandicoot. And I am tempted to take the plunge. This is apparently Smash gloating on one of his many accounts that he likes to make where he's celebrating this and acting as if he's some kind of omniscient god figure who's, you know, controlling the hands of fate, the puppet master. I will not deliver the 3rd strike, which he eventually did. This is a mere lesson. If he wants to continue making content, he can, but I will not revoke. In exchange for letting both of you get set free, however, you must tell me who are the content creators both of you have friended on Discord, delete the recording, and guide me, then I shall set you both free. For once, don't be a pathetic, arrogant, and not gonna continue forward there. He was trying to use these strikes as a way of getting back at people he didn't like. Now, the bad blood between all of these people in Smash goes way back over nothing. This is a mentally unwell individual that needs professional help, for sure. Like I said, I'm not getting into all of the allegations over the years they've been a nuisance, but it is some weird, not good shit. So this has reached the boiling point. He's harbored this grudge for 4 years and then came up with these strikes. He's claiming certain things about these videos that he has absolutely no right to, and as you saw, he openly just celebrates that they're not legitimate, but he's able to abuse the system, which has been a problem on YouTube for a long time. So, obviously, Cartoonshi and the other YouTubers that have been falling victim to this were panicking about it, thinking they were going to, lose their channel or just being like a terrible standing on the platform. But YouTube, in recent years, I don't know how many people know this, has really started singing a different tune when it comes to this type of exploitation. They've been pretty solid about addressing it and fixing it. It might not always be as fast as it should, but the fact that they're at least doing that is such a significant improvement. I've mentioned this case a couple times over the last few years, but in 2019, they absolutely teed off of a fucking douchebag's face for this type of copyright strike abusing. There was a false flagger who repeatedly false flagged Minecrafters and then tried to hold them ransom, I'll release the strike only if you pay me via PayPal. YouTube actually took him to court and slapped him with $25K right to the goddamn noggin. They took him over his knee, spanked his cheeks red with discipline, and kind of put the kibosh on that with an exclamation point, really. And in recent times, they have been stepping in and fixing problems like this. And I'm happy to say they did just that. So Cartoonshi made a post today talking about how the strikes are disappearing, which is great. They say, my strikes are being removed. I've got one more left that should be sorted out shortly. I want to thank everyone who reached out to help and managed to spread the word. The support from the past 2 days has been insane. I'm tired and need sleep. And I'm sure he slept with a nice wet dream knowing that he foiled the great Smash Bandicoot's plot. And he would have got away with it if not for those meddling kids. Now, if you're at all familiar with Smash Bandicoot, then may God have mercy on your soul. You'll know one of the things that they like to do is he likes to make a ton of different accounts for many types of sorted purposes. In fact, when I briefly covered this topic on stream 2 days ago, within 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, he somehow went into my chat on multiple different accounts to spam gobbledygook, just actual gibberish that he was caps locking and screaming to the heavens. How he even knew I was talking about him is beyond me, because it had been less than 10 minutes since his name left my mouth. That is how online he is all of the time. He's like the fucking NSA. It's crazy. And he has tons of accounts that he uses these things for. So the question naturally becomes, what stops him from just doing this again and striking more channels? Well, that's another thing YouTube's also been pretty good about in recent years. There have been no shortage of weirdos like Smash Bandicoot that try this. And usually when
Are you Zillowing mansions with bowling alleys again?
No. Yes.
Well, here's the thing.
Zillowing doesn't just mean looking at houses.
Now you can Zillow an agent.
Trish.
Or
Marcus.
Or
Ari.
Nothing gets past Ari. So when you're 58 open houses deep and can't go on, you don't have to do it alone. Because now Zillow means everything from search to agents to getting home.
they fail, that's the end of the discussion because YouTube actually swats these flies pretty effectively. So once they deem that all of this is a bunch of baloney, they make some kind of note in their system or something because obviously they have this guy's information. And clearly they've set the precedent of they're not afraid to go to court over these things and punish people legally, financially for it. So I'm guessing what happens is YouTube is somehow able to, I don't know, like blacklist them internally so that way they can't be submitting strike claims anymore. At least that's my little game theory on it. But usually you don't see them do this anymore. And I have to imagine that's something on YouTube's side for this kind of abuse, which is of course a very good thing because pieces of shit like this should not be allowed to continue to do that. So I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because it is one of those situations where it has a happy ending.
And I'm happy to see YouTube going in this direction where they seem to really be taking these kind of matters more seriously. And I can only hope that that continues, and maybe at some point down the line, there'll be a more effective system in place with blocks and checks that won't allow fraudulent strikes to go through in the first place. Because it is scary to have to drum up a lot of like hoopla online through Twitter noise and getting people to be aware of the situation before YouTube is. It'd be better if YouTube knew right away, or had creators had a way of contacting YouTube like, hey, look, here's the proof that all these claims are fraudulent. Can we do something about this? Like if there was some kind of system in place for that, it'd be better than the current one, which is, again, making it go viral on Twitter, which is exactly what this Smash Bandicoot saga did do, which is how they became aware of it, I imagine, through all of that. Again, it's a happy ending, but I do still hope they continue to go in this, upward trajectory, this forward direction, the right path, and continue to improve upon it, so that way it can be even more effective down the line. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. It's good to see that the strikes are being removed from his channel, as well as the other victims of the goddamn diabolical Smash Bandicoot here. And hopefully that'll be the end of that story, and he won't be trying anything else like that in the future. That's really about it. So yeah.
Thank you. I didn't know you could get all this stuff on Uber Eats. You gotta remember that.
Well, you know what they say. In order to remember something, you gotta forget something else.
Jen! Hey! Okay.
Have we met?
Oh. It's me.
Give me a hint.
Worked together for 10 years?
You were great.
You still don't know, do you?
I don't.
Right.
Like I forget 10 years of my life.
I hate this town. Dine and dash is the act of eating a meal at a restaurant and leaving without paying. When I hear Dine and Dash being mentioned, I immediately go to the great Charles Doza, where he was arrested and then gave us one of the finest monologues ever recorded. This is Democracy Manifest. What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Get your hands off my penis! When that video went viral so many years ago, there was a ton of different rumors and stories surrounding it. It had this air of mysticism almost. It ranged from hyping him up as some kind of Gotham supervillain to him being an infamous dine and dashing culprit that they were finally apprehending. And for some reason, that always stuck with me. So when I think of Dine and Dash, he is who I picture in my head now. Even though that wasn't the truth of that situation there, it's still, for some reason, what has been locked in my noodle. So today when I saw a body cam video of a douchebag being arrested for dine and dashing, I couldn't help but just think about Charles Doza and how much cooler he was than this loser we're about to watch.
On August 16, 2022, officers responded to a report of a man leaving a restaurant without paying his bill.
Why are you asking for my things?
Because you're being accused of a crime. I'm not saying that you're guilty, but I gotta get you identified.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
All right? Relax. Come over here.
So that's the gist of it. He's being accused of not paying his bill at a restaurant, so now he's got 1 star, and the cops are just casually coming up to him asking for his ID. This video is blown up over the last 12 hours, and every post about it says that this is a Wall Street Bets mod. I'm sure all of you have heard of that subreddit, Wall Street Bets. It's a very popular one, and I don't know if that's a true statement or not, but if this really is a mod on Wall Street Bets, that makes this situation even goofier, because this goober is the quintessential Reddit mod in real-life caricature, and good heavens, it couldn't be more fitting. It's exactly what you envision when you picture a mod interacting with other human beings in the real world.
I went over there to have happy hour. I had some food, and I day trade. I do option trading. I got a business major and I got an accounting, so I do day trading.
He randomly decides to mention that he's a day trader, does options like yeehaw, woo, that's fucking awesome, this guy's amazing. It has nothing to do with anything. That is totally irrelevant to everything. It wouldn't matter if you're Michael Jordan. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't matter. You didn't pay your bill. You can't do that.
Were you by yourself?
Yes, by myself.
All right. How much did you eat? What did you buy?
No, it was only $70, bro.
$70 worth?
Yeah.
All right.
So.
God, his attitude is so insufferable. So he's laughing at, it was only $70, bro. I make that in a millisecond with my day trading and options because I am a Hustlers University graduate, and I learned all about this kind of stuff, brother. Like, I was on Reddit the other day getting my financial advice, as I usually do, and I'm making a killing right now. $70, that's nothing. This is a non-issue. He just doesn't understand, like, liquidity versus supply and demand. He doesn't understand the bell curve, the angle of azimuth.
Petco's got you and your best bud covered all spring long, no matter your vibe or budget. Petco. Shop us in-store, online, and on our app.
I tried to pay with Apple Pay.
Okay.
And he said, like, I'm sorry, sir, we don't take Apple Pay. I was like, cool, I give him my credit card. My credit card didn't go through. And his face was really upset already. And I'm like, I tried to educate him. I'm like, listen, I don't have any liquidity with me because most of my capital is my investments. In banks, I don't have banks neither.
He sounds like me when I was back in high school thinking of excuses for why I didn't finish an assignment. Like, just a bunch of nonsense mumbo jumbo. He goes through this long speech about why he can't pay for it because he doesn't believe in liquidity. You know, liquidity is a belief held by simpletons, and he doesn't have anything in the bank. He'd be a damn fool to have anything in the bank, obviously. So he just can't pay for the food at all. He talks about how all of his money's in investments, which is turbo dope. I have no doubt in my mind this guy is investing epic swag style into the coolest Web3 projects. He's got tons of awesome coins. Like, I know he's crushing it. Big thanks to World of Warships for sponsoring this video. I've been working with the World of Warships team for quite some time to design some custom in-game content, so I'm a commander in the game now. I go by Chuck Blast on the seas out there, and I'm an absolute menace. The name of our ship is the Blastmaster. We sail under Chuck's flag, so I help design the assets, the camo, just kind of top to bottom. It looks like me, it sounds like me, because I do the voice acting for it. Dead on target. I'm, for all intents and purposes, engaged in war out there, and it's extremely fun. World of Warships is an amazing game that my father and I play together. He's been hard addicted for years, so it's really fun to watch him play as Chuck Blast. So there's new content released every month. There's so many ships to choose from: destroyers, battleships, aircraft carriers, cruisers, and you can play alone or in a division with friends. So you can use code PenguinZ0 to get the mission to unlock me as your commander, Chuck Blast. You also get 7 days premium account time, 1.5 million credits, 500 doubloons, and the battleship Bayern. It's available for PC and consoles, and the code is for newly registered players, but existing players can acquire these items by purchasing my bundle or through the new internet's containers. So you can click the link in the description to get started. Thanks again, World of Warships.
All right, okay. Do you have any means to pay that 70?
No. I want to sue them. I'm sorry.
But do you...
No. I'm sorry. You're asking the wrong question, sir. I'm so sorry.
You consume food, right?
Huh?
You consume food?
Hell yeah.
It's just something was off with this guy. He pitched this crazy fit, went nuts in here, threatening people. I'm talking about, like, went nuts at the bar.
I love that he's playing the victim here like this. Oh, actually, I want to sue them for thinking I couldn't pay 70 measly dollars. 70 clams? Oh, that's nothing. Of course I can pay that. I have no ways of paying that because all of my money is in these investments, but I obviously have $70, and, you know, I want to sue them now. Like, the delusion on this guy is incredible. I have no doubt that he was probably trying to barter with them at some point too. Like, oh, actually, do you accept bonds here? I'd like to pay in some of these bonds. As you see, I'm an investor, so I don't really believe in liquidity. Okay, maybe not bonds. Do you accept SafeMoon here? No SafeMoon? Oh my God, you guys are so behind on the times. This is archaic. No Web3 capabilities here? Okay, how about, can I pay you in CumRocket coin? Okay, I'm out of here. You won't accept CumRocket coin? I was even going to leave a 200% tip. That's your fault now. $70 is nothing. That's literally no money at all. I fart and $70 comes out of my ass. It's not that I can't pay, it's that I'm not going to pay because you're not accepting real currency like my shit coins here. And apparently he was throwing a tantrum too, threatening people. What an unhinged lunatic.
Do you have a way to pay that bill now?
Correct. No, I don't have it now.
You can? All right,
No,
so
I can't pay it. But
right,
I want to report the
all
business.
right, but listen.
Because it was a statement. Can I say this?
Walking away from a tab is
No,
a
he
crime.
kicked me out.
Yeah, I know, but you, because...
No.
All right.
No.
Hold on, Victor. No, you can't, Victor. You can't, because then you're going to go to jail.
No, I know. But
relax.
you
Put your hand over here. Put yourself over here.
No, hands. No.
Put yourself over here.
Don't come with that, sir.
Weirdo NPC here is trying a very interesting technique of being as annoying as possible. I cut out a large chunk of it there because it was just him putting on this, like, drama club thespian troupe performance about being on camera and shit just to be a nuisance. So I think what he's trying to do here is just be so bothersome to the officer that the officer loses interest. So he like de-aggroes the police officer by just being annoying, and the police officer just doesn't want to deal with the headache and leaves. I'm pretty sure that's what his strategy is, but luckily it doesn't work out.
You know, how late can we stay open? It might take him till 10 o'clock before he can pay his tab. He was on his computer. I mean, it was nuts. This guy is out there.
Oíste, si le falté respeto, excúsame, because I go through this racist stuff all the time, stereotyping. But today I was like, you know what? I'm tired of it.
I think this guy is just a real con man, and I think he's going to go from place to place.
Call Officer Leo.
Yeah.
He then tries to claim that it was racism here that led to this situation. So he's really going for every possible approach he can to weasel his way out of this. The business owner here is saying how he thinks he's a con man who just goes business to business pulling this stunt. And I think he's probably right. It feels like this isn't his first rodeo with dine and dashing. It feels like this is probably something he does pretty often.
I got the money to pay, and I was trying to pay.
All right, can you pay now?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to pay, so I want to sit down, have a water while I get my payment.
This guy must have the orb of confusion in his pockets right now, because he is spitting some stupid shit. He is on that moron potion right now. It's so confusing listening to him. He's lost in his own sauce. He's like, oh, I just wanted to have a water. I was going to pay. I can pay. I was planning on paying. I wanted to pay. I was going to pay. The officer says, well, can you pay now? And he goes, no. It's like, what the fuck?
Can I do that?
All right, signal 20. I need to know if they want to press charges.
Yeah, because, yeah. No, I want to press charges, not them. Me, officer.
Andrade, can you answer me that question?
Charges, not them.
Multiply your fun with Times the Cash scratch-off games from the Kentucky Lottery.
I want to press charges to the restaurant, not to me.
I'm sorry?
We good.
Buddy starts spamming emotes now, and he's like, I actually want to sue them, not the other way around. Trying the Uno reverse card here. And I'd love to know how that lawsuit would go. I'm suing this restaurant because they're mad at me for not paying my bill. I fully planned on paying my bill, I just refused to. I even offered to give him an IOU. He didn't accept it. That's their fault, and they're mad at me? What the fuck? I did nothing wrong.
I'm so sorry. Estoy bien nervioso, man, because...
All right, so if you have what do you have there that you can pay with, that you can pay the bill? What do you have here that you can pay the bill?
Right here, sir. My Robinhood account where I do day trading.
No, but you can't pay with that.
Yeah, so that's my only form of payment. That's not my problem. I'm trying to pay.
All right, hold on.
Thing. Yeah.
71 switching to...
He flashes his Robinhood account, which makes me believe he probably is a Wall Street Bets mod, because that's the starter pack. He's like, no, look, I could absolutely afford to pay. Look at my Robinhood account. And the officer's like, brother, you can't pay with that there. And he's like, I know, but look, it's right here. I can't pay, but look at this money here. This is where it all is. It's not my fault. What am I supposed to do about that?
Too.
I'm sorry, no, déjame callarme porque me siento tan mal because I'm questioning your This is so funny. You can't wait to see what's gonna happen. He's amazing.
His mannerisms, he's like going full Joker mode here. I'm the Joker, baby. This guy's just acting like he's some kind of weird, quirky goofball. He's like, oh, you're not gonna want to miss what happens next. It's gonna be amazing what happens next. Gotham deserves a new class of day trader, and I'm gonna give it to him.
Póneselo, siéntate. Sit! 71 taser pointed.
I'm sitting down, guys. Look at this.
All right, put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Pete, put your hands behind your back.
Telling that I'm trying to pay my costs, and now he's arresting me.
Get up.
Things have escalated here, and he continues to try and say that he's attempting to pay his tab. He's also lobbying to the civilians around him like, look at what's happening. I don't understand what's going on. I was just telling the officer I was trying to pay my tab. I even showed him my Robinhood account. I was going to pay my tab with my imaginary money that I don't have. What do you mean? I don't know what's gone wrong. This injustice. I can't believe it.
I'm Republican too, and he's Spanish. It's a system. It sucks, mama. Why are you searching me?
Stop. You're under arrest.
Why? He's telling me I'm under arrest, but he's not telling me why. Officer.
You're under arrest for theft.
For theft. Mira, theft. I was stealing.
Thank you for your quickness and your kindness. Can I get you a bottle of water here?
Oh.
Stay hydrated. Thanks so much. Appreciate that.
The juxtaposition between these two officers' experiences is comical. One of them's having the worst day of their life, having to interact with this insufferable loser, and then the other one's just hanging out with the restaurant owner who's being extremely sweet and then just gives him water, and he's like, oh, well, thank you so much for this. I appreciate it.
Yes, don't delete the video, please. Thank you, Officer Hernandez. Thank you, man. I appreciate your service. Just don't delete the video.
I cut out a lot there. Things get very messy. It reaches this weird climax where this guy just starts going a little ballistic and wiggling around, which eventually ends with him getting taken to the ground and charged with resisting on top of already this. And now they've got him in the back of the patrol car and he's asking them not to delete the video, which I think he really should have asked them to delete the video. I don't know why he thought he'd come out of this looking like the good guy here. Everything you could do wrong, he did wrong many, many times. I'm honestly convinced that he must have been the diversion to a bigger scheme, like something out of Ocean's 11, where this guy was supposed to just occupy all of the police's time by just being as loud and over the top as possible to direct their attention all on him while his associates do crime elsewhere. So that way it'd keep the heat off of them and focus entirely on him. Because that's what it feels like. Out of nowhere, he just starts like yelling and screaming and trying to like get everyone's attention from the public around him too. And it just makes this huge hoopla, this massive song and dance out of this situation. So it really feels like he was the diversion in a movie for a bigger crime plot. It was weird.
I can pay the tab right now if you want. Like, it's no problem. And I can tip him the $100. No? And I know it was a miscommunication, and I know you're gonna have to apologize to me, you know? And the owner is gonna have to apologize to me too.
You can't pay the tab by just flashing your Robinhood account at someone. It doesn't just beam the money quantumly into their cash register. You can't pay it. That's the whole root of the issue here. You were provided a service under the expectation that you would pay for the service you were provided, and you can't. Also, you apparently freaking out and throwing a massive tantrum in the restaurant probably didn't help things at all. I imagine if you were a bit more respectful about it, like, oh man, Apple Pay's not going through, my credit card's not swiping, something must really be wrong. I can afford to pay this, but maybe we'll need to think of another way of doing it, this and that. Like, if you were more respectful about it, I imagine this may have played out a little bit differently. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's about it. See ya.
Dale used to hide his smile. Now,
it's swishy time.
He uses TheraBreath Anti-Cavity Mouthwash for 24-hour cavity protection. Try TheraBreath Mouthwash.
It's a better mouthwash.
Look for TheraBreath for Kids in stores today.
This is a big deal.
If you would have asked me what my worst case scenario for what microtransactions could look like in the future, I don't think what we're going to talk about today would have been on the list. Sega is bringing gaming to a new low. A phrase I never thought I would ever say, but damn, does it suit it so well. On this channel,
Sonic 2 kind of sucked. I didn't like Sonic 2, to be fair.
I tried to do my best to make videos with the intent of raising consumer expectations, at least for my viewers.
I didn't like it.
If I can even enact
Sonic
even a
3 was
small
way
bit
better.
of change, that is something that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Because there are things that we should pay for, and there are things that we should not pay for.
Mhm.
And one of the things that we should never pay for are core game mechanics.
True.
And I think that really should, like, there is no consumer bill of rights. There's no constitution that tells us that we are entitled to 6 waifus per week. But if enough people say, fuck this, then that game doesn't sell and the market adapts. So I have to say that with this kind of stuff in a game, shoulds don't really matter. Shoulds should matter, but they don't. And so if you don't like these things, please do not support these games.
And that's what we're going to talk about today. In an article from PC Gamer by Molly Taylor titled Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is making the utterly bizarre decision to lock New Game Plus behind a $15 upgrade.
There it is.
Sega is gating a very...
New Game Plus now costs money, gentlemen. Yakuza fans dick riding this game so hard, they don't care about the paid New Game Plus. Well, that's always what happens. It's always, I don't care about it. It doesn't matter to me, so it's okay. And again, if there's enough people that feel like that, it becomes true. That's why gacha games are so popular. Like, I don't understand. Like, if you're playing a gacha game as a free-to-play player, like, do you just like having somebody hit your dick with a hammer? Is this just what you do? How do you, like, are you wearing a chastity belt right now? Why? What are you doing? Like, how can you possibly play these games as a free-to-play player? Like, it's so sad. It is honestly sad. And, like, I always see them, they see it as a challenge. And this is the best thing about it. It's like, it's a challenge to them to try to overcome and beat somebody who spends like $1,000 on the game by working at it for 18 hours. And then whenever they finally get up to the level that the person who spent $1,000 on the game is at, the person just spends another $1,000. Or they add a new character that's better, so they have to do it all over again. It's just like, it's so fucking pathetic. I don't know, guys. It's so fucking sad, man. Like, I remember in Lost Ark, there are people that were like, well, I'm only 15 item levels lower than you, and I'm free to play. I have 11 characters, and I do chaos dungeons on 10 of them every single day. I max out my 6 Legion raids on 6 characters, and I also have all the island souls. It's like, okay, so you've played the game this much, and your claim to fame is that you're only slightly worse than a person who spent money? How can you be addicted to getting your dick hit with a hammer that much? Like, how is it possible to be that much of a fucking cuck? I don't use that word in hardly any circumstance, but I think that free-to-play players in gacha games are cucks. Tectone is the exception because he's doing it for content. These people aren't doing it for content. They're not making YouTube videos about it. They're doing it for free. Remember this?
I can't. Playing these games free to play is the most autistic fucking retard shit I have ever fucking seen in my life. And it actually pisses me off. It actually pisses me off.
Here it comes.
Because I could be playing Darkest Dungeon right now. I could be playing Persona right now. I literally could be playing any PvE turn-based fucking game that's 1,000 times better than this fucking dog shit. I could be playing XCOM 2. Literally anything. I have a mental illness. I want to swipe. 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 I want to swipe.
The United States Postal Service, built for how you business.
That's the way I feel about free-to-play players in these gacha games. But there's a lot of people that do it, so the gacha games are still popular. So if you don't want this, don't buy the game.
Normal and staple RPG feature behind its premium editions. Guys, I'm going to be honest. When I read this headline,
I thought it was a joke.
I actually didn't know how to make a video about this because the premise of it is so absurd to begin with. It's difficult for me to really voice all of my issues that I have with it.
Well, the thing for me is, like, whenever I read this, I thought it wasn't true. Like, I'm the kind of person that, like, if it seems too good to be true, it's probably is too good to be true. It's not real. So, like, whenever I see something that's, like, just so outrageous, I immediately think it's fake. I'm like, no, this is too much. I don't believe this. And this actually, like, I had to go to the Sega website and, like, look it and read it myself to believe this.
This is so slimy, so grimy that the $50 to $100 Diablo 4 expansion looks like a good deal.
Jesus Christ. Imagine using Diablo 4 as a good example of proper business ethics. Which, to be fair, I mean, it kind of is. It's just an expensive fucking game that's overpriced. But goddamn.
This is ridiculous. It's absurd. And what's
Right.
worse is that Sega has done such a great job at building up all of this goodwill over the last few years, especially with the Yakuza franchise. That has been a franchise that has been a
There's been a lot of people who have asked me to play that game. I didn't know it was as big as it was. I had no idea.
For that company for a long time. And for them to do this in the one franchise that people absolutely love them for.
Yeah.
Man. Molly Taylor writes, when it comes to trying to experience everything a sprawling 100-hour RPG has to offer, New Game Plus can often be an essential tool for running through a game a second or a third time without causing...
Who is this guy? Swole Olympiad?
Too much psychological...
What the fuck are they doing over there?
damage. Some games, like the Persona
Oh my
series,
God.
even require New Game Plus if you want the full completionist adventure.
Sure.
It makes it all the more baffling, then, that Sega's upcoming Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is locking its New Game Plus mode behind its Deluxe and Ultimate editions, which cost an extra $15 and $40 on top of the base game, respectively. This is a series which traditionally has featured its own features locked behind New Game Plus runs, such as a legendary difficulty mode. Specifically, New Game Plus is being folded into the Master Vacation bundle, which isn't included with the game's base version. According to the game's official website, the bundle also includes a bonus dungeon, special Sujimon, a Pokemon-like mode, resort guests, outfits, and more. Now, for me to add on to what Molly Taylor's talking about, core game modes like New Game Plus are meant to give players more replayability of a game. What's utterly...
I feel like it's obviously a huge difference because, like with any of these games, the general understanding is that if you buy the deluxe or like the super deluxe edition of the game, you just get a bunch of cosmetics. Like you don't actually access more gameplay.
Bizarre about this move is that the replayability helps to sell future content for the game, whether that's microtransactions or expansion DLC. The longer they play, the more they pay. Not only is this disgusting that they're paywalling New Game Plus, but it's also incredibly boneheaded of a move for Sega to do because it's contradictory to how games monetize themselves in the future. Now, imagine just for a second, you just finished the campaign for Diablo 4. You're about to head into World Tier 2. 3, whatever.
If you're working at Blizzard still, please stop watching right now. I don't want to give you any ideas. Please stop. Do not listen to this.
Whatever it is. Sorry. Man, I know you want to do those Nightmare Dungeons, but you should have got the Ultimate Edition.
Do not fucking do this.
That sucks. Baldur's Gate 3, you know those characters you love so much?
Yeah.
Those side stories, learning about them, romancing them. Oh, the romance scenes. Sorry, Super Ultimate Mega Supreme Edition. You didn't think you get that, did you?
Oh, loser.
Silly. I realize that this isn't a one-to-one comparison for New Game Plus, but I'm just trying to...
It is like an Armored Core 6. Imagine if you had to play New Game Plus, if you you could only play it if you bought like the deluxe edition of the game. Like I don't think that there's any benefit. Like basically for a lot of times, deluxe editions of games were viewed as like you're taking the game from 100% to 110% or 115 or 120%. But like this is one of the first instances of a game being at 90% and you have to pay to get the deluxe edition to get it back up to 100. That's, I think, where the problem is.
Illustrate the absurdity of locking core game features behind a paywall. Because these features are there specifically to keep you in the game longer, playing the game longer, which then leads to more sales for that company.
Right.
Not just in microtransactions, because obviously the longer you're in that game's world, the likely you are to purchase more things from them, but also because it continues to keep the game relevant for longer. The longer a game's being played, the more it's being talked about to other people, the more people...
And I think also, like, a lot of people are saying that most people don't use New Game Plus, and so that's okay. I think that that's why they're doing it. I think they're doing it to a feature that's extremely unpopular, so they can set a foundation for doing it to features that are more popular to drive more sales of higher price editions. Because if I were them and I was trying to make money, that's what I'd do.
People hear about the game, watch the game on Twitch or YouTube or wherever, and more sales end up coming as a result. So the idea of locking a core game feature that gives the game replayability at all is just my brain turned off. I would imagine whoever came up with this idea also had theirs turn off. Taylor continued.
Well, they didn't have their brain turned off. They had the accounting department turned on. That's the real reason why they're doing this. They're just doing it to make more money. Like that's why these things are happening. It's just for more money.
With frustratingly, none of the specifics are included on the game's Steam page. It lists out each edition and what bundles you get for them, but it fails to detail what's included in each one. That means if you're just going by the Steam page, it's perfectly reasonable to assume that a series which traditionally included New Game Plus for no extra price would in fact have it in its standard edition. It feels a little rancid to me to have such a basic feature require at least a $15 upgrade in order to have. Sure, you get a couple of other goodies for your pleasure, but they're considerably more optional in nature. And she's right, it is rancid, because in most occasions when we're buying Ultimate, Mega, Super Deluxe editions and all the extra bells and whistles, it's just that. Extra bells.
Let's go ahead and be a little bit more realistic here. The reason why people used to buy these old editions is because they came with like an art book. They came with a bunch of other really cool stuff. Like this bullshit that we're having now where like, oh, you need to buy a deluxe edition. Bro, the reason to buy a deluxe edition died whenever you're not buying a box. You're buying a deluxe edition to get like, I can't, it's out of reach. But the Melania statue from the Elden Ring Deluxe Edition, you're buying it to get like these little cool things, like actual things that are like deluxe merchandise that are added with the game. There's no reason that a digital fucking download should have a deluxe edition. It's the dumbest fucking thing. Like how is it? I can't believe, how are people like, they're just, and they're buying it. They're buying it. I'm getting mad. You're getting mad. We're all mad. And it doesn't matter. I'll be right back. Deluxe, dude, bro. Digital deluxe edition. Like, what do you get? An extra JPEG? Like, digital deluxe edition. Like, what? What the fuck?
And whistles, it's mostly optional content, though I guess from the eyes of Sega, playing their game is also optional at this point.
Yeah, true.
But the thing is that
always
when we're looking at something like New Game Plus, this is often seen as a core mechanic because many games, including the Yakuza games, have used it to be able to deliver.
Yeah, many games used to also have armor for horses that was earnable in game too.
Alternative stories, different endings, or just completely different modes of game to play. You could play a game like Nier Automata. Yeah, you could play a single playthrough. However, that's really only 1/3 or 1/4 of the entire experience. Armored Core 6 is another really good example of this. Playing the game through one time isn't the full experience. There's all kinds of different endings, more story to be told, more experiences to be had, more game to play. And a lot of these things...
Which, to be fair, this isn't happening with Armored Core 6. But if it starts happening with one game, I think it'll start happening with a lot of games.
Designed specifically for the base game experience, for the main narrative experience. So by paywalling these kind of things, you're actually actively hurting the end product as a result.
Yeah, you're making it worse.
Destroying the narrative that your writers have been working so hard to make in the first place. You're actively making your product worse. And
it's like if you buy the base edition of the game, it's cuck behavior. And if you buy the deluxe edition of the game, it's also cuck behavior. It's like I couldn't buy this game and not think that like somebody was getting me. Like, because if I buy the deluxe edition, well, like the only way I could buy the game and not feel stupid is if I bought the most expensive one because I know that I'm stupid. Like, that's the only way I can, like, imagine in my mind that I wouldn't feel like an absolute fucking idiot.
also cutting off potential consumers that would have bought more things in the future.
Yep. Pirate it?
How stupid are you? Now, in the last part of Molly Taylor's article, she brings up how, of course, there is a chance that this could be some rather confusing wording on Sega's part.
It
but
seems like it's
considering
not.
one
I mean,
eagle-eyed
I don't know.
Redditor noticed this situation about a month ago and got in touch to be told, yep, this is legit, I'm not too confident.
Bro, I thought this game was going to be a lot different than fighting a fucking lobster in a fucking parking lot. Like, I had a totally different perspective on what Yakuza was.
I've asked Sega for clarification about the situation, and I'll update this article if I hear anything
really
back.
didn't know
That
this.
was 4 days ago, and she still hasn't updated the article. I went and checked the initial Reddit thread, and sure enough, there was a user over on the Yakuza games.
Y'all remember whenever McDonald's did this with the barbecue sauce? Back in the 90s, you got them for free, and then they started charging for them. And you know what fucking happened? Now everything's fucking more money. Now everything costs more money. You've got McFlurry, and it's $8. They charge now? Yeah, they've been doing it for 25 years.
Official Reddit that had asked Sega support specifically about whether or not the New Game Plus was held in the Master Vacation Pack, and sure enough, they responded saying, I have checked back and can confirm the New Game Plus function is indeed only available with the Master Vacation Pack. We hope this information is of use. Best regards. Oh, sweet summer child. I commend them for hoping that this is just a nightmare, a silly little mistake. But however, this is something that's a part of their major promotional material, and it's also on the official website for the game as well. So I have a hard time believing otherwise. And this isn't the first time that we've seen a company try to do something like this in the past. And maybe it wasn't New Game Plus, but back in the day, we saw Destiny with the Curse of Osiris DLC, where we had access to strikes and raids and dungeons. However, the minute that DLC came out, they locked all of that behind a paywall, and we could no longer interact with content. We already...
How do people keep playing the game after this? Like, how do you play this game? It's like, you remember what Belluer said about, like, WoW is like a game with, like, a dick in the salad, and you just want to get the dick out of the salad? This is a salad of dicks. How do people keep eating? How? Like, I don't understand this. This is crazy.
He had access to before then. So this isn't the first time that a company is going to attempt something like this, and this isn't the last time that a company is going to try to do something like this either. We've seen
I
this
know
time
that.
and time again. They just wait for the first company to make the first mistake, but
Yep,
it's
to
not really a
break the
mistake
ice.
in their eyes. They're just waiting for the first guy to step on the hot coals, and then
Yeah.
they use him as a bridge to walk right over him while they're getting burned, and they just steal all of our money. When I purchase a full...
Why are we told to not expect games like Baldur's Gate, but we should expect games like this where we need to buy New Game Plus? You want to know why? It's because you keep buying them. Not you, but the collective you. If people actually just stopped buying them, these people would be out on their ass and out of a job. Like, I don't know how to communicate and break through to the average gamer and get people to see how this is a problem. Because if you can't do that, and I don't think I can, like, to be honest with you, I don't think that there's a happy ending to this. But that's what you have to do if you hope to solve this.
Priced game, I expect to receive a complete experience, including all of the core gameplay mechanics. However, if these features are locked behind additional payments, is my initial purchase complete? No, it's not. We've already been fed lines by studios in the past claiming that the purpose of microtransactions and these larger editions of games are just there to further the ongoing development of a game, to give us more content, or just to add a couple extra bells and whistles. However, this is what we...
I don't think anybody cares about that. That's not a problem at all. Like, I don't think anybody, like, whenever you're talking about a game that's being continuously developed, asking players to pitch in with cosmetics is not a big deal. But, like, we're talking about a fucking base game where, like, a functionality is removed to put it on the paywall. That's a very big difference.
Know is the ultimate end goal of predatory monetization. Less game for more money ad infinitum.
Yeah.
What Sega is doing is setting a precedent.
Yeah.
This practice will
He's
lead
right.
to more developers locking essential parts of their games behind extra payments, establishing a norm where we, as consumers, are required to pay more for a full experience of a game.
And this is what happens is like once a few games start doing this, then other games start doing it and people start defending it as if like, oh, well, this game did it, that game did it, so now it's okay that it happens. And then before you know it, it's normalized in the eyes of a consumer, and that's just how it is.
To the point where this is now turning into economic exclusion. Not that it hasn't already been for years, but not everyone can afford to pay beyond the initial game price. Locking core gameplay features behind progressively more expensive editions of a game is going to prevent a large portion of the community from experiencing an entire game in the future. We've had a lot of discussions on this channel where I've talked about different things that I think are and are not worth my money, mostly just to try to bring awareness to some of these topics that I think while we do talk about
it's crazy. Like, I feel like more people should be talking about this, but like, I don't know, maybe people just don't care. Like, I'm really kind of shocked because I feel like this is it's a really big deal in my opinion. I can easily see us looking back at this moment 5 years from now and saying, oh my God, this was the horse armor. I can easily see that.
Most people just go the doomer approach and say, well, it's just going to be the silent majority that's going to keep buying it, so it doesn't matter whether or not I think about it. And that's such a stupid thing to think. Because
I don't think that like it might be I don't know if I think he's right to be. I think they're right. But the reality is like not everybody in the world has the mental and emotional energy to invest into caring about video game issues. Like these are people that have like 10 other problems in their lives that are more important than whether like a mode of a video game is behind a paywall. So like I don't, and like they just like Yakuza and they want to play the game. And like I feel bad for them. I do. And like I could say, oh, I'm doing it for your own good. But like I can't really expect somebody to like pick up my standard and run with it. Like I can't expect them to see the same way that I do, especially whenever I think that they're kind of right. You know, like that is what I think is going to happen. This is spreading games. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Those that don't know, it's sad, man. Who is they that they're talking about? Because many streamers get paid sponsorships to push these products. Well, I mean, I don't think you can really fault somebody for taking a paid sponsorship for a game, right? I mean, and at the end of the day, like, is this really a moral line that, like, somebody shouldn't cross to take a sponsorship for? I mean, come on. Like, everybody takes sponsorships for games like this. Everybody does things at their job. You know, their company they work for, like, doesn't do something right. It's like, I mean, really, guys, it's not that big of a deal. It is just a video game after all. But at the same time, I think it does suck. It does. It does really suck. And that's why I'm talking about it. Bad take? I mean, you can say that all you want, but aren't I right? Like, if somebody paid you $10,000 to play a video game, I think you'd do it. I think most people would do it. Like, what are we talking about? Are we really, like, what are we doing? Like, what is this? Like, what are we talking about here?
Even the smallest bit of change is still change. And if anybody is bringing these kind of discussions, thinking about the things that we should and shouldn't buy, this is one of those things that we should not buy and we need to be talking about. Because this isn't something that we would normally see in a DLC. This isn't game files that we discovered and said, hey, you know, it was in the original game. Why are they making us pay for this? No, this is something that has always been a staple part of just about every video game release, especially games like a Dragon. So for us to start paying for these kind of things, and
it's like if the market shows that it's accepting of this, then this is going to be the new norm. Like that's really what it comes down to. And it's easy for us normies to tell somebody to turn down 10 to 100K for playing a game on stream for an hour. Yeah, and like here's the thing, right? As I've said this before, I think that the people that try to like make that, you know, like a high ground argument, like, oh, I'm not going to play this game because I'm like morally better than it. Like these are all people that can't even maintain moral consistency across consuming entertainment. You know, they're watching, you know, something on Amazon platform. I think they would say like that Amazon isn't morally right. Like, I don't know which one's worse, like paywalling a New Game Plus or Amazon warehouse stuff. Like, I wonder, right? And so whenever people can't even maintain moral consistency for consuming their own entertainment, and then they expect other people to maintain moral consistency for like taking care of themselves and, you know, in their career, it's just so hypocritical and ridiculous that it's just not really worth listening to or taking seriously at all. So yeah, I don't like that mindset at all. So anyway, but let's get past that, because obviously, you know, there's always people that like to talk about how virtuous they are on the internet. But we're never going to get to the bottom of that. The reality is that I do hope that a lot of people are aware of this, and that's why I make the video, right? Like, I'm putting my perspective out there. I think that if people buy this and people accept it, it will become the new normal. I do. Just the same as, like, do you remember 5 years ago, 3-day early start, early access to games was seen as, like, disgusting and, like, nobody would consider it. And now it's the norm. And it's the norm because people accept it. And to be honest, even I don't really give a shit that much about it. But, I mean, I would have if I thought it would matter. A bunch of people already bought it. Yeah, exactly.
Talking about it, for it not to be the forefront of discussion is ridiculous. This is something that we have to be talking about. We have to be sharing it and discussing it and bringing it to the forefront of discussion every chance that we get, because this is not something that we want to see going on into the future.
Someone says Yakuza has paid New Game Plus since 2009. What was the game that came out before this? What was the last Yakuza game that came out? Like, not this one, but the one before that. Gaiden. Did that one have paid DLC? Or sorry, paid New Game Plus? No? Why would somebody say that?
This means is the next thing we're going to see is, oh, you want to play hard mode? Ah, man, you're going to have to buy the hard mode edition, because, well, you know, most players, they only play story or normal. So making a hard mode, it's a little bit of extra work, and we're going to have to charge you for that. So it's going to be about $15 if you want hard mode.
Naturally.
Now, if you want super hard mode, that's going to run you real high. That's the future we're headed to. Whatever that Unity CEO had said before,
John
about wanting to be able to
Riccatello.
make us buy ammo in games in the middle of a match.
True.
We're headed right for that at this point. And I'm not sitting here trying to tell you guys how you need to spend your money. That's on you. Do what you need to do. Do what makes you happy. But I can't think of anybody that would be happy paying for things that have always been included in products they've been purchasing for.
I know a lot of people that are happy paying for things that had always been included in products that they had purchased in the past. I know a lot of them. Wow.
As long as they can remember. And this is one of those situations. And it will only get worse from here. Why? Because this is Sega doing it. It's not even one of the
some
most
bullshit
notorious of the worst AAA developers or anything like that. It's
not Ubisoft.
It's not even close. This isn't Activision or EA. This is Sega.
Yeah.
Out of all companies. What does that tell you? It tells you
the
that
whole gaming has just become sad. I feel like gamers are... I have never met a group of people that have less willpower than gamers. I've never seen... Like, it is incredible. Like, everybody will be, like, so totally down on a game, and then a trailer for the game comes out. It's totally fucking different. And they're like tripping over themselves trying to like justify why it's not the same fucking thing.
And it's like, it makes sense, right? Because like you have an audience of people. It's like selling cigarettes. Like, I mean, I feel like selling cigarettes is going to be the easiest thing ever, right? I mean, fuck, the product does the job for you. It literally gets you addicted to it. So you have a group of people that is like self-curated to have the least amount of self-control possible. And this is your audience that you have to try to convince them to do something. And it's just so easy. Like, how is it so easy? It's crazy. Like, what is this?
Industry, for the most part, at least on the higher levels, is laughing at us. They see how much of a pushover we've become.
It's
and
pathetic.
we'll just pay for just about anything at this point.
So
now they're just
pathetic.
taking a random stab to see what we're just going to throw back out there.
It's like what I was saying about the Genshin players. It's like you get a 3-year anniversary 3 pulls. It's like you're just poking the pig with a stick. It's like, what are you going to do to him? What are you going to do to him? Yeah, is he going to do anything? No, it just still wants more food.
And yeah, we're just going for it.
God.
How many times we've had discussions on this channel that's it's telling a story is what it's doing, because we've talked about it in the past. Developers coming out talking to us about, we work really hard on our games and gaslighting us so that they can sell us slop, but then tell us that we still need to pay full price for it and then wait for them to be able to patch and fix it later.
It's not, listen, like I've said this about streamers, right? It's not the audience's responsibility to care about issues that people have, like, professionally. Like, there's a lot of jobs that are really dangerous and really stressful. And I bet working at a game development studio can be really stressful. I think so. I think being a police officer can be really stressful. I think being a police officer is probably more stressful. I think that being a teacher is really stressful. Like a lot of these like jobs are really stressful, sure. But like that doesn't really excuse a bad product. Like, oh, the police officer was really stressed out, so he shot somebody. Oh, well, I would say then I guess we shouldn't charge him, but I think actually that is what happens. But it's not what should happen, right? Like it seems kind of bad, doesn't it?
How many of these companies are using different currencies inside their video games to obfuscate that currency and then charge us more for it and quite literally scam us out of money. Yeah. Something that legislatures, for some odd reason, don't even see.
Don't even
get me started on that. I made a video about that. Nobody watched that. You need to go watch that. I'm going to put that up on the screen right here.
Gaming's biggest lie. True.
This is just disgusting is what it is. I don't have a whole lot of words for this because it's such an absurd situation to be in where we're looking at a feature like this being sold in a video game. Unbelievable.
That's the world that we live in. There it is.
Paywalling something that makes us come to play a game in the first place. What is the point of us buying that game? Is it really worth it at that point? No, it's not. And
I think I'm going to try beating Yoshi's Island. Well, you have to remember that, like, like those extra bonus levels after you beat Bowser. Did you buy the Yoshi's Island, like Omega Mario edition? Did you get the King Koopa Battle Pass to where you can do the extra levels? Because if you didn't, you're not going to be able to do that.
The Boshi edition, by the day. Obviously, inflation, but then also they have to pay their guys higher wages.
It's Yoshi, but he's blue.
Increase the price of games. However, that doesn't mean that we should be getting a lesser experience as a result of that. No, quite the opposite. They need to look to see how they can deliver more value to us and make more money. We shouldn't be paying for less, we shouldn't be paying more for less. It should still be an equal exchange, but we're getting further and further away from that. And most of it's just because
the companies will take as much as the market allows them to take. If the market allows this, the companies will take more. If the market allows that, then the companies will take even more. That's just how it works. You have to stop. The thing is that we can always talk about, and I understand there's a lot of you guys that are like, I am not an activist. I'm not a crusader.
I am a 38-year-old man with 99 problems in my life, and a video game ain't one. And you just want to play the new Like a Dragon game, you buy the game, you play it. I totally respect what you're doing. This is your life. You can choose to do what you want. But if you care at all, man, guys, I feel like now would be a pretty good time to show it. Just maybe. I don't, just in the slightest bit, just if you want to, maybe. Gamers rise up. Yeah, I mean, and if people don't want to, that's it. I'm outvoted. I lose. But isn't it a fucking sad, isn't that a sad thing?
Lack of self-control, I guess. Again, I'm not trying to tell people how to spend their money, but
yeah,
at some point in time, we got to reflect on this. And I don't even think it's just the silent majority thing. It's not taking the time to bring these conversations into the light as often as we possibly can. And then also at the same time, not sitting back and saying, yeah, no, true. True's in the chat. And then everybody goes and buys it anyway. At that point,
like Diablo.
Why? Why even complain about it? Just suck it up. Eat the slop.
Eat your shit. Yeah, eat your shit. Eat your shit. Stop complaining. Keep eating.
I, for one, not buying this game, which is incredibly difficult to do because I actually just bought the last game on the last Steam sale. I was looking really forward to playing the game.
Yeah, and now you can't do it, right? Or you feel stupid about doing it. And this is the thing, right? And I want you to understand that, like, I totally understand where you're coming from. It's not a lack of self-control. I just don't care. I will buy and play the games I want. Now, you are kind of fucking us over by doing this, but it's your right to do this. Like, I don't have the moral authority to tell you, like, what you can and can't spend your money on. Like, absolutely not. Like, what the fuck? No. It's disappointing, but it's your money. And the thing is, like, and that's just how it is. Basically, who the fuck cares? Yeah, exactly. I get it. I understand. How can I possibly expect somebody who has a complicated life to care about this? He's an asshole, but he's not wrong? No, he's not. And is he really an asshole because he won't care about my value system regarding a video game? A little bit. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't think he's an asshole even. He just does it because it fucks all of us. But, like, what obligation does he have to, like, he doesn't have any obligation. Like, why is he supposed to care about that? Like, it's like, what is this? No empathy? He doesn't need to. What do you mean no empathy? What about your empathy to him? Everybody always likes to talk about empathy whenever they want people to agree with them. Oh, let's have empathy. Everybody have empathy for me. And what does empathy for me mean? Doing what I want you to do. I get it, man. I get it. And I feel the same way that you do. But it's important to acknowledge that I don't know, like, it's so depressing, man. Like, this just makes me want to go play Honkai Star Rail and spend $100. You know, it's like, you know the world is ending, so it's like, you know what? Like, it's like an asteroid is coming to the Earth. I think I'm going to start smoking. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that's the vibe that I get out of this.
And I also saw the reviews for Like a Dragon come out, and it's a 9 out of 10 from most reviewers. That's incredibly tempting. That's super sad because it's a game that I guarantee I would probably enjoy. I'd have a lot of fun with.
Yeah.
But I normally only buy the base version, so that means I wouldn't get the full experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell people. Part of me wants to tell people not to buy this game. But again, I don't tell people what to do.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You buy this game, you're supporting the practice, it's whatever. You want to do it, go ahead. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. But it's not good for games. It's not so good. But you can do it. You do what you want to do.
But if I were you, I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did,
yeah, true.
Subscribe to the channel or think about supporting the channel if you'd like. I have a Patreon link down below. Outside of that, stay cool, stay righteous, stay safe, my friends. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Some guy says, I have a friend who buys microtransactions in Assassin's Creed. I've never tried to convince him. He is just having fun. And the thing is, like, I think about this a lot. And it was like that one picture. Where was that picture? It's the picture of the boar. Like, this boar is happy. This is your average microtransaction enjoyer. They don't know that, like, this boar could be in a barn with a bunch of, like, boar hose and, like, you know, he'd have, like, clean water and they'd feed him tomatoes. But, like, he doesn't know that. And he just thinks that, like, right now, this is the best day of his life because he finally found a mattress on the side of the road. And, like, how can you convince this boar to see the horrors of reality? And, like, are you stupid because... Is the boar stupid because he doesn't see them and he's happy? Or are you stupid because you do see them, you're not happy, but you have no power to change them? You see what I'm saying? Like, because is the boar really stupid? I don't know. Cypher and the Matrix, yeah. It's just, what the fuck, man? I'll give the video a like. I'll link you guys the video. Every time you think we've hit rock bottom, the industry finds a way to hollow out the floor. That's certainly right, man. Oh my God. It's a good point. Yeah. Sometimes the boar is not happy working 50 hours a week for the barn and those boar girls. Maybe. Common Asmon demoralization content. Do you want me to... Like, I can play, like, some fucking, you know, some hype music, and I can do, like, a speech for gamers, and I can be like, yes, like, we're gonna fucking, we're gonna stop them here. They're not gonna do this to us. I mean, I used to do this for years, and it just, like, never did anything. And it's, like, at a certain point, like, you just look like an idiot. I don't know. It's positive Asmon. I mean, I'm not really, look, I'm not like negative about this because I don't think it is. I don't think this is a negative really at all because the market needs to decide what these things are. Like the reality, you can say reality is good or bad, but the reality is that it is. And that's all there is to it. You can't change the world. You can change maybe yourself. You can change a couple of people around you. And if everybody does that, then the world does change. But they're under no obligation to do so under the terms that you find acceptable. I mean, that's it. And it's just like Sega unironically acting more Yakuza than Kiryu. Isn't that the main character in the Yakuza game? Incredibly frustrating to watch companies doing crap like this. The only way these companies are going to learn is if we stop buying their shit. Yeah, exactly. Never buy day one. Yeah, exactly. You can do big things. Step the fuck up. I tried, man. And, like, here's the way that I see it. And I'll give kind of, like, maybe I'm a little bit of a dreamer with this kind of stuff. But this is the way that I see it. I think that people will eventually wake up. I do. I don't think that it's time yet because it hasn't gotten bad enough. But eventually, people will wake up. And the reason why I think that is because that has been there is no constant in any of human history. Like, people have never accepted one bad thing all of the time. Things always change.
things always get better, and then they get worse, and then they get better again, and then they get worse again. It always changes. And so there will be a time where people say enough is enough, too much is too much, and this is it. There is going to be a breaking point. There is. Absolutely. I disagree because there's still a possibility of being convinced the bad ain't too bad. Oh, yeah, there will always be people that don't see that viewpoint. Why would people wake up? This is not a dream. The part of the problem, this problem is not part of most people's reality. That's why stuff like this happens. Exactly. And that's my point, right? Because I think that game developers, so in general, this is a value that I have, or like a mindset that I have. I think that people that are trying to do something will always try to do more of it. I think that there is no limit to human greed, and there is no limit to the expansion of human influence. So if people have $100, they're going to want $101. If people have $1 million, they're going to want $1,001. If people have $1 billion, they're going to want $1,001. Like, there's never going to be a point where people stop. There's never going to be like, oh, okay, we'll just let them do, New Game Plus, and then they're going to stop doing this. And it's the same with everybody, right? Like, people always want more. We live in a world where scarcity is the reason why I think all evil exists. This is kind of like, it's I don't want to get into that, but I do believe that, like, all evil is the root of scarcity is the root of all evil. And because of that, people are like hyper fixated on trying to get as much of something as possible. And it doesn't matter whether it's, money, gold, women, power, or anything. Everything is measured in scarcity. So as that happens, the level of scarcity gets so high that eventually people hit a breaking point. And I think that happened. Like, for example, that happened in our culture with McCarthyism. That happened with, I would say, like, the weird fucking... well, let me think of a way to put it. I think it happened with Obama. Obama was a breaking point too, in our history. Same with Martin Luther King. Like, and by the way, guys, please, let's not get another fucking Twitter video about how I'm comparing Martin Luther King to New Game Plus in a video game. I'm obviously not doing that. But the point that I'm making is that society reaches points of breaking points, or society reaches a breaking point with everything. And it goes one way or another way. Like, you see that, like, with Bud Light, for example, they did that campaign. It was a breaking point for people. Everybody got pissed off about it. And you see that with all kinds of games. Like, Shadowlands was a breaking point for World of Warcraft. So these happen on, like, massive, like, worldwide cultural levels, and they happen on, like, micro levels as well. And the reason why is because it doesn't matter if it's 1 billion people doing something or one person doing something, it's still a person doing it. And I think this is a personal trend that almost everybody follows. And especially the people that try to, get power. So that's what I think. So I do think that eventually this will stop, and gamers will just completely shit on everything about it. Like, any microtransaction will be viewed as predatory. People will want it all made illegal. People will hate any sort of subscription. They will hate live service games. And I think that, like, it will just totally turn massively fucking toxic in the other direction. And it won't be good. It's not like this is going to be a golden age. It's just going to be a different kind of bad. So that's what I think is going to happen. You're too generous on the human condition? No, I'm not. I think that my point of view is reflected in all of history, on a macro and a micro level. Like, bad stuff like this always goes away. It always resets. The pendulum always swings back and forth. The breaking point creates a divide, creates opposing laws, and creates fault with anything unsubscribes or zealots or new people. Yeah, for sure. Look at Steam page. People keep buying and giving it a positive review. That's because nobody really cares about New Game Plus, because most people don't play it. So because it's not affecting them, they don't care. Like, there's people like me who I see, oh my God, if this happens to New Game Plus, then it's going to happen to this thing and that thing and the other thing, right? Like, that's what I think. Like, difficulty modes, for sure. But, like, other people don't see it that way because it's not in front of them. Like, think about how much more powerful. I don't want to get into this too much because it's kind of political. But, like, remember Andrew Yang, the universal basic income guy? Think about how much more powerful his campaign would have been if it was during a year that was like after COVID. Like, if he was running, like, now or, like, during COVID. You see kind of what I'm saying? Because, like, right now, people actually see that and they realize because it's happening to them directly. And they see, like, the immediate impact of it. And so I'm not saying he would win. I'm not saying he would solve all of our problems. But I'm saying that message would have been much more powerful. Because people don't care about things in an abstract. As I said, I think most people are completely self-referential in the way that they look at the world and all of their values. They don't actually have any values. They don't actually care about anything. They only want what they want. And the reason why is because they have been bred for millions of years of evolution to do exactly that. It affects fewer people. Then isn't this a good solution for more money? Yeah, until that group of few people is you. Like, if the logic is that it only affects a small group of people, then I think that, like, yeah, sure, you can make that argument. But, like, whenever a change is made that affects you, then, you know, don't be surprised whenever people use that same logic to disregard what you think too. Only in rich countries and third world countries, it's just rinse and repeat. And what made money before in first world countries, the cycle never ends. I find it hard to really say that that's what happens in third world countries because I feel like they don't really have like and I don't know about every single one, right? But I think that a lot of them are affected by like nation building by first world countries. So they're not really able to like naturally progress as a country, because they're constantly being invaded or influenced by outside powers. So I'm not really sure I would agree with that. I prioritize my values. I care about things I care are more important. Me buying a game isn't a high priority. Well, and this is the same guy, right? This is the same guy that was talking before. And I'll pull it up again. Why should I have a bunch of empathy towards others I don't even know or care about? You shouldn't. But I don't care about other people's problems. Yeah, and they don't care about yours either. Like, people say they care about your problems, but whenever it comes time to take an actionable stance that reflects that, then they don't. Like, everybody says, oh, well, we need to care about each other whenever they want people to care about them. But whenever it comes down to them actually doing something that is inconvenient, well, then suddenly this is different. Diablo 4 somehow got worse, and so did Blizzard. Here we go. People been wanting me to watch this. We're getting around to it. We're getting into it. Let's do it.
Well, thank God we built you. What a blessing for the community. Do you understand that it is actually statistically harder for a team to be this consistently bad than it is for them to occasionally accidentally be good? The probability is staggering. Do you have any idea how low our expectations are?
I don't believe this, because if he was a real sports fan, he'd be setting a car on fire. Oh, no, never mind. He watches, I think this is like football. It's not soccer. Never mind.
Factory of sadness!
So, are you willing to admit I was right about Diablo 4?
Mm-hmm.
I accept your apology. I tried to tell you guys. I tried to warn you.
I warned you. I warned you.
But did you listen to me? Oh, well, most of you did, but some of you didn't.
People were very unhappy about Actman's video, the first video, because they said, you didn't even do World Tier 4. You don't know what you're talking about. And the game gets so much better.
Some of you held on to hope. You poor fools. I was eager to see what Blizzard had planned for Season 1 and how this new season would go over with fans who were still playing the game. What I didn't expect is that Diablo 4 would get worse with the new season update. It would actually get so...
I don't know. I mean, like, I played Blizzard games for a long time. I could have expected the game would have gotten worse. Like, I feel like that's not really that hard to imagine. Like, that happens all the time.
Bad, to the point where diehard fans who were defending it before the season have now completely given up on the game.
Yep.
What on God's green earth could have possibly occurred to...
What's bad about it is that people aren't watching it anymore. Like, people aren't even going on to Reddit as much. People are just like, yo, like, we tried.
sway sentiment so radically. But that's what we're going to find out today. Let's run through some of the dumb scum.
I still think Diablo 4 is a good game for casual Andes. I do. I think it's a nice, good game for sitting on the couch, knocking back a couple of brews, and, you know, maybe clearing out some goblins. But in terms of it being like a long-term game for people to spend a lot of time on, ooh.
Shady, backwards-ass design decisions Blizzard has made with Diablo 4. This isn't for the faint of heart, guys.
Right.
Because things are much worse than we could have possibly imagined. Whoopi Goldberg has demanded a refund for Blizzard because Diablo 4 cannot be played on Mac.
I would have deserved a said you need a refund for another reason, but okay.
My favorite game, Diablo. And suddenly now Diablo 4 is not available to me on my Apple computer.
This injustice cannot be allowed.
Give me my Apple 4, because I paid for it. I was all excited for it. I went to play
Who the fuck uses an Apple?
on it, and I'm telling you, this really pissed me off. Tell me next time, say, we're done on Apple, but let me have the 4. Let me play on the 4, because you made me so excited for it.
We are truly living in the worst timeline.
Yep,
anyways, let's get on to the real stuff. As we all know, every game these days needs a battle pass, otherwise it's trash.
Damn, so they really have a lot of these, huh? The Battlefield Battle Pass. That's cute. It rhymes.
It's garbage. Nobody's ever going to play it. So naturally, Diablo 4 has one. I
didn't even claim the items out of my Battle Pass. I didn't. Why the fuck would I care?
Might make it a masterpiece in many people's eyes. However, in most games with battle passes, you expect to earn enough currency in that battle pass to purchase the next one.
Yeah, but the thing is that Fortnite is a free game, so logically, the free game should... Wait, what? The free game has a better system than the one that you paid for? Well, shit.
It's kind of a nice reward for players who don't spend money, but
I've been watching Summit play this game. I've thought about playing Halo again, man. I have.
Invest the time so that they can get the premium rewards in the next pass. Or, you know, you can use the currency to buy specific items, skins, emotes, whatever. They have crafted what is quite possibly the scummiest, dirtiest battle pass ever. If you complete the Season 1 pass,
I don't even know if this one is that scummy. I just think it's another one. It's just another dick in the salad. Is it a particularly large dick? No, it's just another dick.
You earn 666 Diablo fun bucks.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah,
666.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's so cute. Except you can't purchase fucking anything with 666 coins in Diablo 4. Man, you guys should really hire a fucking...
How much does it cost to buy the battle pass in coins? How much does it be? 1,000. So if you buy a battle pass with 666 the second time, that would mean that you would have 666 times 2, which would be, let me just, like, sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't do it. Minus 1,000 plus 666. So you would be 2 platinum off of being able to buy a second battle pass in the 3rd season. Ooh. You're just so close. Come on. Don't you want to spend just a little bit of money? Don't you want to just put in a couple of bucks? But if you do that and you don't buy the special pack, you're not getting a bonus. So you're losing money unless you buy the expensive pack. So what do you want to do? You want to lose money? Oh my fucking God.
4th grade math student, because your math is awful. This, of course, is the same scummy tactic Microsoft used to use with Xbox points before they...
I'll have you know I have one of these little cards, like, glued to my wall. Xbox Live Gold membership.
Ditched that concept in 2013, a decade old. Yes, it is that outdated. What Blizzard is doing right now, they create a currency, they create that currency's value, and then they make a fucked up conversion rate, so you never have exactly as many points as the thing you want to purchase.
I will say it again, and I will say it again after I say it this time. There is no benefit to the consumer that prices are not always shown in the local denomination of the used currency. And in fact, the only purpose these secondary currencies provide is to obfuscate the true price of what you are paying. And I think that something that is fundamentally built off of obfuscation and confusing the customer should not be legal. There is no benefit to the customer that there are premium currencies in games that make it harder for you to understand what you're spending your money on. And if it was up to me, it would be fucking illegal because it is fundamentally deceptive. And I believe that you should not be able to actively deceive your customers. You should not be able to do that. Then do something about it. Or call up Ted Cruz.
That is by design, so you will always feel the need to purchase more points. But Blizzard took it a step further than that. Oh boy, they have been thinking months and seasons ahead with how fucking scummy this is. As one Reddit user points out, if you try to use...
I fucking saw this, yes. I see, that's how I knew the numbers came out, because I read this fucking post whenever it was made. I read this fucking post. Yep.
Coins to only buy battle passes. Look at this math. With a price of 1,000 coins per battle pass, getting 666 coins means that on your second pass, you'll have 1,332. Great. You can get a battle pass and have 332 coins left over. However, on the Season 3 pass, getting 666 coins means you will have 998. Exactly too short of getting another battle pass. This is wild to me because even in
just spend a little bit of money and you'll get it again.
Call of Duty, they give you enough credits in the Battle Pass to buy the next one. Somehow, the Battle Pass gets worse, though, because if you purchase the Ultimate or Deluxe Edition of D4, well, it's safe to say you're probably a hardcore fan. You deserve a nice reward for spending that little extra bit of money. So they gave players a premium Battle Pass, one that Blizzard themselves said could be redeemed for any season. What's that? Maybe you don't like the current season gimmick of Malignant Hearts and all that? Oh, that's fine. You can redeem the pass later. However, if you scroll to the seasonal page, it will highlight the Activate Premium Pass option. So if you hit A by...
Well, okay, so this is, all right, a little... Well, let me actually let him finish, and then I'll clarify after he explains it.
Accident. Oops.
Let's see if it counted.
It's this dude.
No!
No! I love how he tries to turn the game off. Bro, of all the things that you can't cancel, you bet your fucking ass buying the Battle Pass is one of them.
If that thing activated...
Did you make it crash, or did the game actually just crash?
The game actually just crashed. I hope it crashed and it didn't activate it. Like, if that's a one-click activation, fuck you, dude.
It crashed, you didn't close it? I don't know what I expected. Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Fuck you.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
You've just redeemed the Battle Pass. Oh.
Well, so it was better. It was like basically on consoles. This was not the case on PC. We checked. But it was the case on consoles that there is something that is referred to as a dark pattern. And a dark pattern is whenever your cursor or your selector is automatically located on the button they want you to press. And the dark pattern of the Blizzard Battle Pass thing was to automatically put pre-watched. Oh, fuck. He says this? Okay, well, I'll just let him
Boy, that's so unfortunate. What a bad stroke of luck you just had. Tee-hee. Looks like Blizzard just made a little fucky-wucky with the Battle Pass in the UI. Isn't that so cute? Yeah, it's cute how fucking desperate you are for people to keep playing this game. You have to resort to using dark patterns. Are you fucking kidding me?
What the fuck's wrong with you?
How do your business practices continue to get more scummy? How do you get worse over time?
It's kind of impressive to the point to where I want to see what they do next. One day we will get the announcement for Overwatch 3. And that will be a beautiful day.
What is a dark pattern? A dark pattern is a UI that is specifically crafted to trick users into redeeming things, purchasing things that they otherwise wouldn't have, right? It's a UI without safeguards. When you click log out of RuneScape, it takes 2 clicks instead of 1. So you don't do that by mistake. This is the most basic fucking concept when it comes to user interface design, but it's surprisingly missing in this game.
Well, it's not surprisingly missing. It's only missing with the Battle Pass.
Now, Epic Games used a dark pattern in Fortnite that they ended up having to pay over $500 million for. Yeah, $275 million to the FTC and $245 million to refund players that were tricked and duped into paying for things they otherwise wouldn't have. Obviously, this isn't as bad as what...
Oh, by the way, today also Apple lost a lawsuit and they owe $500 million to people whose phones were intentionally slowed down due to planned obsolescence. I read about that today. And so we've actually had a number of these consumer rights W's. This is awesome.
Epic did, but it's the same intention. This would be like if you hit the add to cart button on Amazon and it just purchased it for you and refused a refund. Nope. You click the one button. Nope. You're stuck with it. Blizzard is also refusing refunds, right? This is what they said. Once claimed, a Diablo 4 Battle Pass cannot be revoked. Customer service is unable to assist with removing or reissuing already claimed passes.
I don't know why they couldn't just... Well, I do know why. It's because it would cause them to lose money. What am I thinking? Of course they could undo this, but no, of course they're not going to do that. Like, yeah. What was... I'm so stupid.
Go fuck yourself. The amount of predatory practices in Diablo 4 is so outrageous at this point, I'm surprised Chris Hansen hasn't shown up.
You want to explain yourself?
It's not predatory. You already paid for the Battle Pass. You just accidentally...
Quick, that maybe read prompts on your screen. I mean, there's some truth to this, but it would be good if there was a confirm button, right? Like every single other online purchase.
Clicked it. Maybe read the prompts on your screen?
Objection!
Not predatory, you say. Accidentally clicked? It shouldn't be possible to misclick something like this. That's what the UI designers are for. That's what safeguards are for. Are you sure you...
Well, keep in mind also, on consoles, the default, icon was selected on Redeem Battle Pass. So if you just pressed the menu and pressed A, it would register the key press before you could even see what happened. So this is actually, that argument is actually not even true.
Want to redeem the Battle Pass?
Pressing button X dismantles the gear.
Oh, bro, he watched the video.
Isn't enough to prevent him from doing it. And so we actually ended up adding a safety mechanism that you don't just have to tap a button to dismantle your gear, Dustin. You have to press and hold the button. And the more valuable the piece of gear, the longer you have to hold it.
This was such a good video.
In their Season of the Malignant blog post, Blizzard says this: if you purchase the Deluxe or Ultimate Edition of Diablo 4 and want to redeem your Battle Pass for this season, navigate to the Season section of the shop and select the option to activate your Battle Pass. If it ain't predatory, where's the fucking option? This is one of the scummiest things I've ever seen Blizzard try to pull.
No, it's not. It's really not. I mean, they've done way worse stuff. Like, the Overwatch thing was way worse than this. Like, increasing the prices of the BlizzCon tickets to, $900 was, fucking insane. Let's see. Diablo Immortal. I would say this is in the top 10, but I don't know if it's in the top 5. I mean, you've got to keep in mind, there were some really bad ones. Oh, the AWC money. Yes, that was so big. Oh, my God. Actman's in chat. Actman, did you hear about this? The AWC money? This is a Warcraft drama, so I bet you might not have heard of this. No, I did not. Well. So Blizzard puts out a toy, and this toy is supposed to be an item that you buy to support the players of the AWC, the Arena World Cup, that's the PvP tournament, and also the MDI, Mythic Dungeon Invitational, the PvE Dungeon Tournament. And players said, and everybody, Blizzard said, that this money would go to the players. And it went to the players at a rate of 25%. 75% went to the company, which I sheepishly fucking defended because that's the same percentage that Dota takes for their contribution packages. I said, you know what? That's fine. This is industry standard. I'll let it happen because at least Blizzard is trying something. Well, Blizzard did try something. And what Blizzard did is they announced before BlizzCon, just a little bit before then, that actually the prize pool was only going to be the $600,000 because now that the players had spent so much money on the fan funding, Blizzard wouldn't have to provide their own funding because the players did it for them. So the money that Blizzard said that they were going to put up for the tournament, well, they don't have to do that anymore because the players already spent it. I swear to fucking God. Shout out to Snuts. What the fucking shit? Yes, and this wasn't even like, it was a WoW thing. And like nobody cared at the time because classic WoW was so popular. People were like, retail Lamau, who cares? Like that's what they get for playing retail. But like, I remember Snuts came up with this. He talked about it. And I remember I was reading about this. I think I even interviewed Snuts while I was getting boosted in BRD. It was one of the worst things that Blizzard has done. And they profited from it as well. Yes. And they're still selling the toys now. As far as I know, I think they're still selling them now. Oh, dude. It was a real situation. 600K. Yep. There it is. What's worse than that? I think Overwatch 2 is the worst one.
But once you start viewing Blizzard's decisions with Diablo 4 through the lens of maximizing player retention and revenue, then everything falls into place. It all makes sense.
So if you were a product person, you couldn't change the course of that company very much. So who influenced the success of PepsiCo? The sales and marketing people. Therefore, they were the ones that got promoted, and therefore they were the ones that ran the company. It turns out the same thing can happen in technology companies. So the people that can make the company more successful are sales and marketing people. And they end up running the companies. And the product people get driven out of the decision-making forums.
Where's Jeff Kaplan? Oh, it's this guy. This guy says I'm a psychopath because I said Arthas did nothing wrong, which I still think he's completely fucking delusional about, right? But he is right about this. He's about this. I've seen this clip before.
And later we find out that they had dramatically slashed the budget for Warcraft 3 Reforged to almost nothing. And it's pretty clear to me that it came from the top, maybe even Kotick directly. They screwed the game that we all wanted to see for money because they thought there was no money in this.
And the companies forget what it means to make great products.
Have you ever thought about adding servers for previous expansions as they were then?
No. And by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't.
Sort of the product sensibility and the product genius that brought them to those.
Well, to be fair, I mean, J. Allen Brack was always kind of an idiot. Like, he was always kind of an idiot. So, I mean, it's not, I mean, I don't want to think like this guy was not some kind of genius for sales either. He's just an idiot.
To that monopolistic position gets rotted out.
Remember whenever he took over and like his hair went gray in a year? Jesus.
By people running these companies who have no conception of a good product versus a bad product.
That was bad.
We want to use mobile devices as the platform for a new...
You know what? I used to fucking defend Wyatt Chang here. I used to defend him. And to be fair, he makes some really nice YouTube videos. But that bullshit this dude pulled about how Diablo Immortal you can't buy gear was so fucking deceptive it made me mad. And I was like, oh, they put him up here as a sacrificial lamb and he had to announce this. They knew it was gonna go bad and they said, Wyatt, you gotta do it anyway. Fuck you, right? But you know what? That shit you pull with Diablo Immortal, this is what you goddamn deserve.
Diablo,
you get
They
what
have
you
no
fucking
conception
deserve.
of the craftsmanship that's required to take a good idea and turn it into a good product. And they really have no feeling in their hearts, usually, about wanting to really help the customers.
So my theory is Blizzard knew players weren't going to react well to some of the changes they made in the patch. So to keep some hardcore players invested, they used the dark pattern to trick them into redeeming the battle pass.
Right.
Oh, shit.
And by the way, I can actually totally believe that Blizzard did this on accident. I can actually believe that. Because in every single way that they explain why coding for Diablo 4 works this way, I actually think that they could be that dumb. I do. I genuinely believe it is possible that they could have fucked up on that level. And before you say, oh, there's no way, remember that you are loading every item in every player's stash tab whenever you join the city. Just remember that. They don't make any money from that. They're just dumb.
Fuck. I was trying to click Season Journey.
Like the first time I got in a Legendary in an internal build, I did this. I accidentally dismantled it because we didn't have any safeguards. And I was so angry. I was ready to go over and punch somebody on the UI team.
Well, I guess I had the fucking...
Yeah, that guy worked at Blizzard, but he got fired, so that problem happened again.
In Battle Pass now. God damn it. That is fucking sneaky, dude.
Yeah.
That pisses me off so much. I might as well claim all my fucking rewards.
Yeah.
You might as well redeem those rewards. You might as well grind out the rest of the battle pass, because oopsie doopsie, looks like you redeemed it, fella.
Yeah,
Better keep
idiot.
playing Diablo 4. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop playing this game ever for any reason. Keep playing. Old Blizzard is dead. And if you're like me, it's time you finally realize that.
Well, Blizzard is dead.
Here we go.
It is a corpse. It is a corpse being puppeteered by Activision. And
Maybe this is the reason why he was so unhappy that I said Arthas did nothing wrong, is because Arthas was the leader of the Scourge, and the Scourge reminded him of Blizzard.
Bobby Kotick. And it's going to be used as basically a factory to put the Blizzard stamp on things and stoke nostalgia to get sales. And that's it.
They really did do that.
That's it.
Running out of storage space is an issue that 100% of all Diablo 4 players will run into at some point.
Yep.
So naturally, the new season introduces a mandatory item that takes up more inventory space.
And it doesn't just take up a little bit of inventory space, it takes up a lot.
It exacerbates the issue even further. The
And it doesn't go in your questing tab where nothing else goes. Oh no.
Diablo fans have universally praised the presence of malignant.
Oh, also, this was bugged, by the way. And you could infinitely farm the Wrathful Hearts. Like, that were supposed to be, like, super rare. You could infinitely farm them just by resetting the last quest. I did it, like, 50 times. I have every Wrathful Heart that I could ever need.
Hearts in the normal inventory slot. I have not heard a single person
And
criticize.
also, like, a compounding problem that this creates is that it makes every single item that you get effectively 1.5 times harder in order to achieve best in slot. Because now you have a fifth stat that you have to match, which is the color correct malignant heart color, because you can avoid one color because you can put a Wrathful in any color, but then you do have to have one color correct one. Isn't that cute?
This at all. The lack of a gem tab has been universally praised by all Diablo fans.
So you guys remember how people were complaining over the fact that gems took up too much stash space? Blizzard fixed that problem. You want to know how they fixed that problem? I can guarantee you that almost nobody's going to be complaining about bag space because of gems. Because your bags are going to be filled with fucking malignant hearts. Holy crap. But look at this shit. This is like 3 dungeons. I'm not exaggerating. This is 3 malignant dungeons worth of items. Are you kidding me?
If this
No, they're not kidding. This is for your own good.
company gave even a molecule of a shit about the fans, about providing the best experience for those fans, limited stash wouldn't even be something we're talking about. But why? Why is the stash space such a contentious issue? Well, it's the same reason they made teleport cost 2 seconds longer. Blizzard is trying to milk every single microsecond of playtime out of you. The less storage you have, the more time you spend micromanaging your inventory.
Look at my stash. I don't, okay.
I would have believed that, but I actually think that they couldn't figure it out because of the lag. And I think that's even sadder. Because at least if it was a malicious plan, somebody in the company is smart enough to have a malicious plan. And whenever you use the word malicious plan, inside of that term does exist the word plan. Which is slightly reassuring, right? But in fact,
Whatever, I guess we're supposed to spend even more time fucking around with our stashes.
Blizzard, can you just cut the shit? Why are you playing stupid fucking games with me and the rest of the Diablo fan base? Why are you wasting your time trying to trick me and the rest of us into playing this game? Have you ever thought about making a good video game? No! And the game is so fun, I want to keep playing it? Whoa! Radical concept, bro! That's fucking crazy!
That chair has a
People don't
spine.
play video games because they're fun anymore. What? What is that nonsense? Enough nickel and diming us of our precious time. Just make a good video game. How is this such a radical concept?
I need to, dude, every time I see this, man, I need to play Diablo 2. I have to fucking play it. Oh my God.
Quality of life. What does that mean? I have no idea. But now because of Blizzard's dog shit game design, players have to figure out their own workarounds for this. They have to create mule characters to hold more inventory. Either that or you just have to say screw it and get rid of the items you don't want to.
I'm actually to the point where I'm going to have to start getting rid of perfect powers that are actually valuable. In Diablo 3, when you would complete a season journey, it would give you an extra tab. Can we get 1 or 2 or 10 for completing it, please?
People shouldn't have to.
No, how could they possibly do that? Because you have to understand that Path of Exile does that. But, oh wait, no, Path of Exile is free. Oh, huh. It makes you think. Really makes you think.
Ask for a scoreboard in Battlefield games. They shouldn't have to ask for a Slayer playlist in Halo. And they shouldn't have to ask for adequate storage space in a game that is all about collecting fucking loot. And the worst part,
there's not a Slayer playlist in Halo? Wait, is this a joke on release? No. It's like all Microsoft needs to do is buy Ubisoft and buy EA, and they will have completed the Infinity Gauntlet of studios that consistently underdeliver. They can snap their fingers and make a battle pass out of nothing. Snap their fingers and remove half the content out of a game and put it into a battle pass.
this is by design. This is intentional. Blizzard did use its community managers to soak up the sniper bullets fired from upset fans and force those community managers to give some dumbass excuse that is so stupid it would have been better if they completely ignored this and didn't even mention it. When you see another player in-game, you load them and their entire stash filled with all their
And
items.
you know Joseph Pipiora got fucking, they were probably so mad at him internally. They're like, you shouldn't have told them that. Why did you tell them this? Now we look like idiots.
This is no different than when 343 said they couldn't add a Slayer playlist to Halo Infinite because of
UI limitations with the game right now, and the way a number of playlists that are exposed. Now, I don't want to get biblical and religious, but I felt the exact same way about like God and original sin. What do you mean you can't get rid of it? You did it. What do you mean you have to, what do you mean? You made the system. Like, what do you mean we have to go have another guy get crucified for this? Why don't you just change the fucking system? Isn't this your fault for programming it this way? Isn't the UI problem a problem that you designed?
UI limitations. It's like, but you designed the game this way.
That's right.
You designed these limitations.
Yes.
No other online RPG I've ever played has ever had these issues. How the fuck does RuneScape?
Has any other online RPG had these issues? I'm sure there's probably one of them. Nobody plays it anymore, though.
Work. What?
New World. New World has these issues. What a great frame of reference. See, yeah, New World had these problems. Come on.
I know wizardry is that. My bank, look at all these slots I have in my bank. How the hell does this game load this for every other player in the server? That is just insane, dude. Tide goes in, tide goes out.
Can't explain that.
You can't explain that. How the hell did you guys get WoW to work? How did you possibly?
They don't even know. They don't know how they got it to work. They accidentally got Classic WoW to work because Omar just figured it out. Because before then, nobody even knew how to make the game work.
Man, that is the greatest technical achievement in modern human history. Okay, so he's also saying that if we weren't forced to load other players and their stash inventory, right? Okay, run with me on this. If we weren't forced to do that, we could have a bigger stash. Oh, shit. Oh, no. What's that? Diablo 4 is an always online video game?
Yep.
Gosh.
What? Disconnect. You know what that means? You just lost your character. Somebody's going to the Hall of Heroes.
What a terrible coincidence. If only there was a way to make video games playable without an internet connection, but just technology hasn't gotten to that point yet.
No.
Hopefully someday. Oh wait, technology has caught up to that point because in the Beelzebub mod for Diablo 1, you get 50 tabs of storage right off the bat. If you can pick it up, you can store it. That's the philosophy Diablo games need to have. The Beelzebub mod apparently was also made by one guy. One guy.
Yeah, but like you can't expect Blizzard because there's so many people that work there and they have to get approval for everything that they do, and then they have to have a meeting for if the approval should be given. So like you can't expect 100 people to be able to do something as fast as one person, right? I mean, come on.
Managed to accomplish what 9,000 people at Blizzard couldn't. This is
Over 9,000 people? Is there even 9,000 items?
Couldn't. This is what teams are working diligently to improve so that we can have more stash ASAP. Gee, if only you guys worked diligently on this in the 6 years of fucking development time you had.
Yep.
Oh man, were you guys snorting coke in the bathroom and stealing the female employee's breast milk again? Huh? Were you doing that? It's too bad there was not a single brain cell amongst the 9,000 employees who worked on Diablo 4, and not one of them thought to bring up the issue of limited storage space in an RPG about collecting loot.
Well, you could see how this would happen because we watched the developers play the game. And if we watched the developers play the game, they didn't pick up any loot. So actually, it's probably not an issue. As I said, the best insight into why a game is good or bad, all you have to do is watch the developers play it. PoE 2, there's 90 new bosses, and we're going to have a dev, which, by the way, doing it in front of like 300,000 people live is pretty stressful. And he died a couple of times. But he fucking killed it. And you know what? Remember the the Devil May Cry guy for Final Fantasy 16? He just showed up. He's like, all right, yeah, I'll beat it. It's no big deal. And he even, by the way, if nobody watched that, he actually held his damage way longer than he had to just so he could kill the boss while it was staggered, while he was in limit break, by using the Remua ultimate attack as his final attack for combat. He actually could have beaten it way easier, but he didn't do that. Yeah, Yoshi P, who's the developer of Final Fantasy XIV, has a level 90 of every class, and his main is the hardest class to play, which is the Black Mage.
Not one. You expect me to believe you hired fucking vegetables to make this game?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I believe that. Yep.
No. Obviously, that idea is so outlandish, it can't possibly be true. So the real reason the stash is so limited is by intention. And then they say they're going to try to introduce a gem tab in later seasons. It's going to take time. Why are you guys so efficient? Why do you guys work like a well-oiled machine?
I wonder what works faster. A local government trying to fix a road or Blizzard Entertainment. Because I think both of them is a problem you can solve in one day that takes 18 months.
When you're making the game worse, but when it comes to...
It's like a black hole. Like, time and money, you just put it in and it just... Where'd it go? Well, you know.
Like easy no-brainer fixes. It's like, bro, give me 6 months for that, man. That's a tall order. Gem tab? Are you crazy? We can't just throw that together in 6 years. Come on, man. Maybe buy some items in the store. Maybe we'll work faster.
This is something that is clearly obvious, has been addressed since day one. Blizzard saying they know this needs to happen, but now we're saying that a gem tab isn't going to be there until season 2, maybe season 3.
Well, I'm surprised it's coming out in season 2, guys. I'm going to be real. I think they've got a lot of things planned for season 2, and the way things are looking, I feel like we're not going to get them all. Because, like, if they've got so many things coming out in season 2, that's going to be like an overload. So, like, they're going to have to move some things back to season 3. Now, they'll probably be ready by season 2, but for some reason, they're going to get delayed. I guarantee you, there's going to be some problem. What the fuck is this? Oh, I got one. Oh, great. I thought I didn't have one of these. I got these Dr. Peppers with real sugar. They're really good. So if you want diabetes, this is where to go. Okay, here we go.
Like, it just can't take 6 months to add a gem tab. Not when you have...
It's going to be longer.
800 million in revenue.